Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, mini-series, long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight, the official episode 1 of our Fallout 2 E20 campaign. I'm so excited. We're playing the Winter of Adam book. And anyone that knows me knows that I am incapable of sticking to a book. So we're gonna throw our own little flair in there, just for. But before we dive in, I do have just a few announcements to go through. The first, of course, being we are sponsored tonight and every stream by Soul Muppet Publishing. They are a fantastic publishing house with a bunch of very cool games about, namely Orbital Blues, which you have on the channel, and you'll can just as soon as I get my hands on Orbital Blues after. Other than that, if you miss any of our streams, channel, it's Lost Caravan RPG. We have hundreds of videos, well over 1,000 hours of content. You can find award-winning shows. In my mind, they deserve awards, such as everything that Doc runs.
Shut up, Hoop. But thank you. I accept on behalf of the entire, the cast of all my shows. I accept the Hoopy.
The Hoopy. You know what? I love it. It's going to be a thing now. And also all of our Lancer content. Awards. But that's enough out of me. Or things just get so weird in the world of Fallout. Why don't we go around, let everyone tell you who they are, who they're playing tonight, and let's go with what your favorite memory so far exploring the Commonwealth has been. I will go left to right, top to bottom, as we do. Unfortunately, Chrissy is not able to join us tonight, but we'll be here next time. So, like as I said, going into the game, the 5 of them will have to beat the Cyber Death Claw. Should be no problem.
At level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pulse grenade and we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that means that we are starting with Doc.
Oh, yeah, that does mean we're starting. Hi, everybody. I'm Doc Grimbo. I use he, she, and they pronouns. And you've heard of Lancer content. It's time for Sir Lance content. Sir Lance is here. He is a Mr. Handy robot. And maybe if you saw our last little one-shot thing, you're familiar with him, but he has some sort of personality glitch going on where he knows he's a robot but thinks he's a knight. It's a whole thing. My favorite Lance moment so far, I think it was our one-shot at the end when we were all kind of convinced that we had a vampire on our hands, and Sir Lance got to poke him in the chest with his jousting pincer, and then really like grind his thrusters to push him back and drive it. And that was super fun, and I was like, oh, that was so great. So that's my favorite Commonwealth moment so far. But the adventure is young. Oh, lots more in store. That's me.
Worst day of your life so far. Simpsons reference. Anyways, looking at the overlay, that brings us next to Caitlin.
Oh, hi everybody. I'm Caitlin. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me at K Ketty Plays on a bunch of places. I'm very excited to be playing Nuka Watts tonight. She, they pronouns. Little survivor dude wandering the wastes until they found their best bud. Yeah, curious, just focused, quick to learn machines, slow to learn people. That's kind of Nuka's vibe. Yes. Let's see. Favorite I gotta like the Bean Sir Lance rivalry love story. I'm here for the long haul. That's my I'm watching that for the whole series. But yeah, and then any shenanigans, I gotta say, when we blew up from that trunk, for some reason that's just a defining moment in my eyes.
Yeah.
So that also sticks out. Yeah, that's me.
It was definitely a memorable moment when everyone almost died in session 0.5.
Oh, we're opening a trunk.
Then that brings us over to Aaron.
Hey everybody, I'm Essie or Aaron Spencer. My pronouns are she, her, sometimes they, and I am playing Harbinger, also she, they. And my favorite moment so far, I think the relationship that she's developing, not only with the group but with Sawyer, as like taking Sawyer under her wing and trying to be like almost kind of instinctively becoming like a maternal figure of some sort for Sawyer is just a really wholesome and heartwarming moment that I think is definitely something I'm going to look forward to seeing how that goes. And also the bomb in the trunk, because we talked about that before. That stands out because I was like, this is a bad idea, and everyone was like, let's get caps, and I was like, okay. I let my friends peer pressure me into prying open a suspicious trunk, and I paid the price. But never again. That's actually growth for Harbinger, because now they're going to be ultra cautious.
Absolutely. I so look forward to betraying your trust yet again.
Thank you.
That brings us over to Mallory.
Hey, I'm Mallory. I play Sawyer here, and that just made my heart melt. Okay, so obviously that like very much the Harbinger Sawyer dynamic makes me so happy. But then also I loved in the Halloween episode where I like look at Nuka because I don't understand how to use the computer, and Nuka like knocks the post-it note off the desk as for me to not feel bad that I just haven't seen the post-it note. And I'm completely oblivious to the fact that this man just wrote his password down. That was such a good moment for me.
It was password 123?
Yeah, it was literally password 123 written on a post-it note beside the computer. And Caitlin's like, I'm just gonna knock this off really quick. Sawyer doesn't need to know. I was like, Sawyer's feelings would be so hurt if they realized they just missed a password on a post-it note. So thank you so much for that, actually.
It was just no, Sawyer, you were 90% of the way there. I just had to hit enter, really. Like, you did most of it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying their best out here.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
And then last but not least, that brings us over to Baba Yaga.
Hello, I'm Baba Yaga. Pronouns are they, she, he. I am playing Patience Hawkins, who is older than shit. And her pronouns are her, she, or she, her, whatever. And I also have Beans. And my favorite moment from last week was the Lance and Beans connection, but also Lance's response to Beans starting to eat the body of the supposed vampire. Like the little bit of approval, like those little bits, that feeds my RSD. So yeah, I loved that moment.
Absolutely. That just leaves me. Of course, I am Andrew, our overseer. Game by lovely vault sanctioned official vault suit. Pit Boy included.
Ooh, how fancy.
Fancy man.
My pronouns he, because I will never be. Let's kick tonight's vault seer. Oh. As the sun sets, shadows lengthen around Diamond's. A row of heavily armed guards ascend the stairs to line up beneath. Batons drawn and ready for action. Step back, all of you. The voice cries as the shutters begin to grind downward. Massive group of freezing refugees all surge forward to meet the shuttered gates. They scream and shout in desperate attempts to reach the relative safety of the warmth of the settlement. The sharp crack from a guard's baton sends a figure in the front reeling. The doors close for the. Each of you stands in the middle of a refugee as a mass of bodies press and writhe against the gates. Another pocket of commotions back in the. VR, as you can tell, why did that just start playing? Oh my god, that scared the crap out of me.
I'll just punch the closest radio with like a over there to see if I can get it. Okay, things on the fritz again of all the times. And I'm assuming it's very cold out.
Oh yes.
The radio won't even work.
We are the dead middle of a new. Supplies are running low everywhere as the cold tightens its grip on the Commonwealth. Crops have begun to fail, supply lines falter. Residents of any settlements that ring the outskirts of Boston have flooded towards Diamond City. Refugees arriving daily seek safety. But Diamond City is full to bursting. Mayor McDonnell has decreed that the gates are to be closed to all newcomers until enough supplies have arrived to provide. As you're all standing there, I have a few questions. So Lance, would you
Yes, Overseer Hooper.
give us just a brief description and tell me what Lance's reaction is to what's currently happening?
Oh, he's witnessing this.
We're all in the middle of this pack.
I'm in the middle of this pack of people. Okay. Sir Lance is a Mr. Handy robot. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the lore, he's got 3 arms. He's got a big thruster that keeps him hovering a few feet above the ground. He is shiny steel with scars, souvenirs from past engagements. And he has 3 eyes as well, long stalks with little orbs at the end. And on one of those rests a tiny, not tiny, but smallish, child-sized helmet that is, it's like a knight's helmet, but it looks like it was made out of plastic. It's probably part of a Halloween costume at one point. And he is floating there, and not to introduce him as somebody who's cold and detached, but Lance doesn't have much of a reaction to this. It's sort of like, oh, okay, well, we'll have to go somewhere else. They're not letting us inside. So he's just mostly using his eyes to check out the rest of his group and see what their reaction is to his friends. He is sort of saying, oh, okay, well, what do we do instead then? He's very practical. He is a robot.
Round, look over it. Yuko, can we get a brief description? How you're feeling about this?
Yeah. I think Nuka's eyes glancing about, trying to assess as well. Doesn't like the stimulation of a big crowd. And is like starting to kind of like hands deep in pockets, kind of shoulders up to the ears to try to like block it out. Nuka is short and small with a mop of like blue-gray hair and a hat pulled all the way down as far as it can go, and a pick in the mouth, just kind of gnawing on it, as they're trying to figure out where to go from here. There might be the occasional glance to they wear cargo pants with many pockets, and a utility belt, and there's the just the play of fingers coming out of the pocket to maybe swipe something off someone nearby, if there's opportunity.
At the moment, that feels like it might be turning into a powder keg.
The other hand grabs the one with the fiddly fingers, shoves them back in the pockets.
Would you say that Nuka has adequate cold weather clothing?
think right now is essentially a couple layers of really old t-shirts and then a zip-up hoodie that's zipped all the way up with the hood probably like thrown over the hat,
So enough to get through like the early winter, but once it gets like
but
well
not
below
deep
0,
winter.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pass on over to Harbinger.
So, trying to scout out the rest of the individuals that are regulars of Diamond City that she's worked with twice now in the past, kind of gathering them all together, waiting for them all to trying to get them together by whatever semblance of a fire we can find. She is still a little cold, but she has this long, thick canvas jacket on that has padding below it. It's kind of bulky. Probably knowing them probably has some kind of weapon or arsenal under the jacket. But there's also some genuine padding there. If you've for the in-game reference, the railroad coats are super thick and they all have like padding and insulation. This one out of character does not, but like the idea is that they all do, or most of them do. But she is just kind of like trying to just keep herself busy. She has hair very similar. I'm cosplaying my character, a spike choker, some bracelets that have like phrases on them that she kind of like just threw together. And she just takes a hand-rolled cigarette and lights it in like a lantern that she can find, just kind of like trying to do something to get close to the fire to keep herself warm. And in the process, she's just trying to wave down anybody that they can see, any of their friends that are in the area.
Just making sure that no one gets separated amongst the crowd that is still shoving its way toward.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking of people that might get lost amongst the crowd, Sawyer.
Yeah, so Sawyer is small. Like a good 5'1" at best on like a really good day, 5'1". They have on a shirt that you can tell at one point was white and is definitely not white anymore. It's sort of been stained like a yellowish color because they rotate the same 3 things that they wear at the church constantly. They have on overalls that are kind of a little beat up and stained, but still like fairly nice overall. And they have a sort of army style jacket that they wear. That was just kind of in a box at the church that they took one time for winter, and it stays with them so that it's either always tied around their waist or on. They keep their hair, which is probably like collarbone length or a little bit longer. That's a dirty blonde color. They keep it in 2 braids because it's just easiest to manage that way, with a gray beanie over top of everything. And they've got a lot of freckles. You can see red patches on their arms when they're not wearing their jacket, and a couple on their face, and they've got a pretty big scar on their cheek. And big bright green eyes that are kind of like the very first thing you see about Sawyer. And they always wear this bandana almost like it is their comfort item. And currently they're just kind of confused because the church lets anyone in regardless of how much supplies and things we have. Like if someone is in need of help, we welcome them. So to be turned away from some place because they don't have as much supplies is something that's understandable but still confusing, I think. I'm keeping one hand on the back of Nuka's jacket so I don't get lost in the
Good
crowd.
call.
And I'm trying to keep eyes on everyone else, like keeping eyes on Harbinger and Patience and Sir Lance. I kind of keep my bearings and where I'm at, but I always have a like physical hand on Nuka because I'm right beside
Sure.
of them.
How tall is, like, said the Sawyer is short. How tall exactly?
Like 5'1", 5'2" ish, maybe,
Okay.
give or take.
So
Like,
yeah,
a really good day.
shorter side, but not like.
The combat boots give an inch or 2, is all I'm saying.
Hey, it counts.
It does. It counts. Because they're the shoes they wear every day. So, like, without them, like, 5 foot, but the combat boots are helpful for height purposes.
And then over to.
Well, Patience is very old. and knew that I was going to be a cold winter. Been through lots of them. So she has on. Oh my god! I was just looking. She has a farm. Like that's her family's thing. So like the bighorner. That's what it is. Bighorner stuff. Sheep. The woolies. She has like a jacket that's made out of thick leather on over flannels and yeah, scarf. She's old. She has the lined face tattoos that I have tried to mimic, and some nasty scars. And last time she got blown up in the face by a box. So that's kind of left its mark a little bit. But yeah, patience. It's like seeing like the world like happening in front, how everybody happening, and knowing how people get when these kind of like, so powder cake. You said yourself, Hooper, feeling that, just gonna pick up beans and like hold beans very very close, and then try to get as close to Harbinger as possible, because Harbinger is big enough to make a way out, and then you just follow in the wake.
I think that's probably true of all of us. I think we all just by default generate towards Harbinger because they're the tallest one.
Look for tall mommy and go to her.
When in doubt, meet at Harbinger.
Yep.
Aaron, you please feel free to not answer this question. But I have never met you
Yeah.
in real life. Do you give off tall muscle mommy energy?
I try. I try
believe
very
it.
hard.
That's all any of us can ever do or ask for.
Yeah.
But
Or want.
Or
I can't
another
wait
answer,
to
I
meet
hope
you in
so.
real life, though.
I'll be a
Because in my
Paxaplug.
mind, I'm hoping to be a Paxaplug. In my mind, everyone that I'm friends with on the internet is my height and my age until I'm proven wrong. And I'm 5'3".
Yeah,
so
you're tiny.
I'm so small.
Well,
Yeah,
I could
I'm
pick
like-
you up
I'm
and put
also
you.
5'3". So
Perfect.
Both Harbinger and myself are 6 feet tall, so and if we have combat boots, was probably a little bit extra. And also, she's got
Yeah,
bright
so
red
this
hair.
is going to be like a
but-
looking up situation. Good to know.
Yeah,
Good
but
to
if
know in advance.
if I'm not giving off muscle mommy vibes IRL, I need to work harder. Basically.
Well, sometimes you just give off cute vibes.
oh,
Sometimes. Thank you.
muscle mommies can be cute, but back to the game.
back to the game. I need everyone to make our first rolls of the game. A perception survival roll from everybody. Difficulty 0. Means that
Okay.
we're just looking to build some AP. You can spend some AP that you're earning to gather more information about the situation going around you. A 1 success from Patience. Nothing from Sawyer. 1 from Sir Lance.
That's it.
So we just do a one-time change for whatever the.
You can right click on the ability and it will bring up the whole list of all of the different special.
Oh, that's
What?
good to know.
Wow!
What?
Shortcuts. Okay.
Well, this was a great episode. I feel like it was educational.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do
You
believe
what?
this is educational.
You know,
Oh, I see it
everyone
too.
go
That's
home.
good.
We
I
did
enjoy
it.
this.
Dream
We
over.
did it.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
I don't usually use sounder. So.
And considering that this was a difficulty 0, all 4 of those would add to your party AP. But you're already at 5, which means you could only go to a max of 6. So you have 3 AP left over. Normally it would be wasted, but in this situation, this is a great example of mechanics because you can spend AP to obtain information from the GM.
I would like to spend 1 point of AP to ask the GM, which is you, Hoop,
Mhm.
to ask why, like, do we see are there other people in the crowd here who are people who live in Diamond City? Like, what the question that Lance has and that I have by proxy is, what the fuck?
Oh, I got you.
Why are we being shut out of the city?
Because that individual that had received the crack of that baton and stumbled back into the crowd you all immediately clock as a young woman, bruised, now bleeding, in a jacket and very light armor that is torn across the entirety of it, very worn down, is basically just kind of being shoved back in between people, almost ping-ponged, and people are taking out their frustrations on the situation on her.
So it wasn't planned.
No.
It was, oh no, a riot is starting. Close the gates.
Yes.
Do we all see this, or is this just...
All of you see this. And you even, well, some of you may not hear. Those of you that are like trying to pay extra acute awareness situation would hear a very weak voice call out, "Help, please! No, I need to warn the mayor, please!" As she gets shoved to the ground again.
Yeah, Harbinger has like real bad PTSD from being at Nuka World, so she's just gonna like run in there and like hell no, and try to get this woman out of there. And if she has to, she'll just push aside anybody that she needs to. She's just gonna muscle her way through and try to get this woman somewhere to safety, or at least gonna pick her up and try to shield her.
Okay. With the fact that the crowd is almost descending on her, I'd give you a charisma speech if you're trying to tone things down. I'd give you a strength speech if you are trying to just to intimidate people to backing the fuck off.
Yeah, strength speech, for sure. Mixed bag. One success.
Ever alerts. Feel operative.
How rude.
But yeah, she's definitely gonna start trying to push their way through. As you can see them just kind of take the eyes get real wide. They basically do the Matthew McConaughey seeing that, right, with the just throw down in there and just try to like start pushing people aside. And that's I think for a lot of y'all probably the first time that you might see like the crazy eyes, like as she like starts trying to push through to, because that's not cool, right? And
Unfortunately,
I have a
two
very strong moral
successes.
compass now.
There are definitely those that back away, but everyone is so cold and angry and frustrated and tired that just this, at least for a few people, was enough to just be the breaking.
Okay, I'll just kind of turn back then and shout to a couple times to any of my party here that I remember. And that's now that we've all kind of gathered in the same area. I'll be like, we need to get this woman out of here. Somebody help! Like, these fucking people aren't moving. And I know it's probably not gonna do anything, but I'm just gonna turn and like shout that at the people that are closest to me that are not moving, and get my veins real like bulging on the side of my neck, and then give them the crazy eyes, just like staring down at these like people who are not moving and who are being like not letting me save this woman from being trampled. As I still try to like push through.
I am going to throw us in initiative. Because there are two individuals that have just had enough and are going to meet your challenge and are going to come towards you with just, basically just trash weapons. It's just impromptu scrap that they've just been holding on to defend themselves with. They are
not respecting the crazy eyes.
They are refugees. They've come
rude.
too
That is
far
very rude.
to be turned away by
We don't take rudeness
crazier.
here.
All right. All of you certainly do not have to engage into the combat. If you like to just sit out, if you want to hold off, you do not have to act.
Yeah. So my goal in this is to just get this person to safety, to some safety.
Absolutely.
So yeah, trying to just push through to get her out of there.
For sure. As I close. Well, Harbinger, you are up.
Okay. All right. Gonna get as close as just gonna push through as much as I can.
Are in the exact same zone.
Hmm.
I don't know why I can never remember.
Close.
You're within reach, which is you can literally touch these individuals.
Okay.
There are also those in the crowd that are not actively moving to engage you, but they are at that breaking point where should shit start to go down, they could jump.
Okay. I am going to. Now that we're in initiative,
Mhm.
is it possible to try and just kind of repeat that and try to talk at least one of
Absolutely.
them down
Yes.
with the crazy eyes, and just as I'm seeing them, I'll just kind of crack my neck and be like, "Are you guys fucking kidding me? There's a woman on the ground who is gonna fucking die. If you don't want to be the ones to die, I suggest you get the fuck out of my way now."
I still need 2 successes, but you can roll it. You can also
Sure,
spend
okay,
an AP
alright.
if you want to roll an additional D20.
How many do we have right now?
Do it.
You're
6.
maxed out at 6. Like there's no
6.
reason
Okay.
not to.
Yeah. All right. We'll use one.
Yeah.
So what do you want for a roll?
Same thing. Strength plus speed.
Speech and strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a way to assist? I'm seeing
Yes.
here on my little cheat sheet here, on another character's turn, one can assist and use a skill to roll and help out. How
Yes,
might I do that?
You would basically say, this is how I want to assist. This is the skill that I'm trying to use, and you
Right.
roll 1d10 with what you're trying to roll, and
Okay.
it just adds a possible success, possible complication.
Okay. I think I'd like to assist by. Is there any do they have any kind of floodlights or any kind of? I'm a big technological person, so basically my thought as Nuka is how can I cause a flare of light or a loud noise to kind of back up Harbinger in this moment to kind of give the extra scare flare.
The shutters are closed, which means that even if you have a metal pipe, anything, just bring it down hard on those shutters is going to vibrate them through the entire front of that structure.
I got my handy pipe wrench, which I'd take out and swack down on that if I can.
Yeah. Let's go perception plus your
All right.
melee weapons.
Okay. Do. And pipe wrench with my perception, which is a 6. I don't know if I rolled the right
Ooh,
things.
Looks okay.
For assist, I believe you
no,
only
never
roll
mind.
1d20, but neither of them
Oh,
was a
1d20.
success anyway.
Neither.
So it doesn't
Ah.
matter.
So in hearing all this commotion in the melee, now that she's had a second to kind of collect her thoughts, and she was just kind of screaming nonsense before about in this, as the crowd is surging back and forth, she's just gonna lean in, and before I roll, she's just gonna say, "You have no idea who the fuck I am. Stand down or I'll put you down." And now she's gonna roll. So speech and strength.
3 dice.
Okay. Got it.
That is 2 successes because that is a critical success
Nice.
for 2.
Okay. I just wasn't saying the right thing. I was too flustered before. She needed that second to collect herself.
We have been bought an AP from the chat, which will bring us back up to.
Ooh,
Thank you, sir.
heck yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing about Harbinger, she'll probably, if there's someone that needs help, she'll probably get flustered and just word vomit. But that second that she has to think, that's when she starts to get dangerous.
One of them is just gonna take a step back, still clearly not happy, might re-engage if things go bad, but at the moment,
Sure. Yeah.
there's only one.
Okay. Well, with whatever movement or extra actions I have, seeing one guy back off, I'll just look at the other one and do the and try to move forward to get this woman out of the threat of being trampled to death.
Yeah, the only thing stopping her from being trampled is you basically standing over top of her.
Whew, okay, just in time.
Uh,
So, whatever I can do with the rest of my turn, I will do.
Basically, just giving you a holding position there, just stopping anyone from
Perfect.
picking her up and moving.
Gotcha. Okay. So
Um,
as I kind of get closer, I'll just be like, try. How loud is it in here? Is it like, are we all shouting over
People
each
are
other?
shouting, absolutely.
Okay. I'll just try and be like, I'm here to help you. Try to convey that. That'll be
Sure thing.
the end of my turn, I think. So,
The refugee with a impromptu weapon in front is going to take.
ooh, okay. All right.
I'm going to spend an AP, so I get 3 dice here.
Oof. Savage.
9. Tag skill, you, my friend. No, they don't have tag skills. But roll one more. Target number 9, which means is going to be 1 success against your defensive 1. Nice. For a total of 2 whole points of physical damage to your head. Oof.
Okay.
Just,
So I just subtract that from my health pool, right?
yeah. Do you have any damage resistance on your head?
On my head, no.
Yeah. So that just subtracts from your health pool as you turn to mean mug this last individual who's clearly being aggressive and are just met with a crowbar to the side of the head.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely got my bell rung there.
And he promptly goes to take a step or 2 back, seeing as how he thought for sure that was going to drop you. It didn't. Mistakes have been made.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, as my head is ringing, I'll just kind of stagger a few steps back and just spit whatever out of his blood or whatever, but I'll just like,
I don't think he's going to be in the fight much longer, but patience. Anything you'd like to do?
Well, Patience is gonna put down Beans and say, Beans, go protect that lady. And get out her shotgun. And just be like, like
We are escalating
not
this
doing
situation.
anything. I'm not shooting. I'm just covering my friend's back. There's people who, you said that there's people who are kind of like mean mugging but haven't engaged yet. So like it's just like, okay, cool. You want to play that game? I have a shotgun. Let's go. Like, you're not gonna try to jump on my friend as she's being attacked by these other people. It's one other person now.
I appreciate you, bestie.
Would you roll charisma with your with small guns, right? Shotguns are still small guns.
Okay.
Definitely small.
Yeah, this is gonna go great.
I
I'm gonna use
almost-
an AP.
I almost imagine Patience like having the shotgun over the shoulder or something, some kind of very
Yeah,
in-universe
it's
menacing
super-
pose.
It's super just, I'm ready, but I ain't, balls. Beans.
There's a
You
bard.
can spend a luck point to. Can you spend a luck point to reroll? Yes, you can reroll one with a luck point if you spend it.
Yeah, the hero roll.
Alternatively, it's also funny that no one saw it.
Yeah.
Because almost everybody is armed with something, so it's kind of funny, like just like. But, but you can use the luck. You do have the luck.
I don't see where luck is on my sheet. Oh, right
Top
there.
right.
It's on the top right of
Yeah.
your sheet.
I see it now.
You can spend 1 luck point to re-roll a single d20. It's been rolled, it cannot be rolled again.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, what the fuck did
No
I
clue what that
clicked
was.
it. I don't know.
You
Yeah,
can
She's
also-
got a gun.
You can also spend a luck point to re-roll up to 3d6s. Check.
There's also, you can spend a luck point to reroll 1d20.
Would you like to re-roll one of those?
yeah. So I picked just one to reroll, right?
Yep. You click one of those numbers. It got worse.
That's not what. No, that's not good.
Oh no.
If somebody kicks my dog, there's gonna be problems.
Unfortunately, pulling out that gun seems to have had an opposite effect than hoping.
God.
It is going to another, murmur of shit's being escalated. We need to defend ourselves. There are going to be 2 other people that are going to.
That's fine. We're fine. It's
No.
We're fine. It's fine.
You still
Don't
have
worry a
your.
thing about
fine. We could use them for fertilizer on the farm. It's okay.
You have your minor action.
Well, that was. I think the minor action was commanding beans to.
Oh, yep, you're
Sit-
right.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I just want to point out that this is Harbinger's 3rd concussion. She's had one every episode.
Shots every single time.
Damn.
Stop kicking me in the head. It's not New Vegas. We don't have
We need
Dean
to get
Martin
her a
playing in the
helmet.
background. Yeah.
Well, Sawyer, clearly you're the expertise we need to do.
Am I?
That's true though.
That
You got
feels like a
this.
lot of pressure, man. Okay, if I try to talk to them, is that my major action or my minor action?
If you just want to talk, that's nothing. But if you're like trying to
Oh, okay.
convince people to leave the fight, that would be
Yeah.
action.
Okay, that's what I'd like to do. And I think the accent is laid on even a little bit thicker than normal. They have picked up in their small time since leaving the church that the accent seems to get them things. And so it gets just a little bit thicker than even normal, and they will stand in front of Harbinger. They do like this little loop around and put their body in between Harbinger and theirs, which doesn't do as much because I'm 5'2" and you're 6 foot. So like there's still plenty of you above me that they could absolutely hit. That's what I look like. That's what's happening right now. But I'll go around and go, hey, I completely understand that you all need resources and help. We do too, and so does this lovely lady that's on the ground that you almost trampled. And we're just trying to do that real safe like, So if y'all need help and we need help and everybody needs help, aren't we sort of on the same side here? So if you could just leave my friend alone and we could not trample the poor lady that's on the dirt, that would be preferable.
I will need 2 successes for the
The
situation.
green eyes get a little bit wider.
Plus an additional success required for the fact that you are having to shout this to even be.
That's fair.
3
I'd like to
successes needed.
spend. I'd like to spend 2 AP if that's cool. So I have 4 dice.
If you spend 1
And
AP, you get an extra dice. If you spend
Yeah.
3 AP,
Oh, it grows, doesn't
yeah,
it?
3
Yeah,
AP
so I
gives
need
you
to
a
spend 3.
second, and 6 AP gets you a total of 3.
You don't even have 6.
You could buy
is
one
3
from
AP
me.
okay for me to spend? I don't need to be making deals with the devil. We are not even like a half hour live into this
Yeah.
first episode, my guy.
Yeah.
make
Is it worth the
deals
effort?
with- It's okay. I make deals with the devil when I'm the GM all the time. I understand pushing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. What do you want me to roll again?
Speech plus charisma.
It was. Okay. I couldn't remember if the charisma part had changed. I'd like to roll 4 of these, please.
Ooh.
That is-
Seriously?
0 successes.
And I only spend 1 luck point at a time.
No, spend as much luck as you want.
Cool. I'll spend 3 luck.
Reroll 3 of them.
Okay, cool. Let's re-roll the 3 highest ones, so my 8 makes me feel like I had hope. No. I forgot I made charisma a dump stat for this character.
You have
no.
nothing in speech. No.
No, I don't.
If
Because normally I make
any-
very charisma heavy characters, and I came into this game and I was like, Hoop has invited me to such a lovely table. I'm gonna do something new, something exciting, something that's not charisma. And do you see what happens, Hoop? I get bit in the ass.
We're still
every
test driving these
time.
characters, you know, just
Yeah.
trying different stuff, remembering what we're good at.
Like, to be fair, I have a +2 in medicine, but int is also one of my dump stats, and I've not failed a medicine check in anything we've done. So I had hope. It's just gone now.
Yeah. Fortunately, you did not roll any complications. Nothing bad happens other
That's
than
good.
your voice is just drowned out by the.
Yeah.
this campaign might be over quicker than we thought. If anything happens, if anybody
We
starts
don't
going after
die by car
Sawyer,
bomb at least.
yeah, she's gonna go ballistic.
Aww.
Well, one of the refugees is going to go next, and they're actually going to attack the one that pulled out the shot. I'm going to spend an AP to roll an extra dice.
Fair enough.
Cool. There we go. One success. Two of them are just going to rush towards you, patients, weapons in hand, just swinging wildly. Damage. Damage to the torso. They're just repeatedly just battering against your chest, just trying to get almost through you.
Okay, and I have one physical resistance on my torso.
So you only take 2 damage.
Okay, much better.
Yeah, Sam, I got mine.
Yay!
You may not have seen it in any of the streams, but I'm wearing my vault suit.
Yeah.
Hoop, are you talking to chat?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he is.
Sam is in chat, my best friend ever.
Aww. So wholesome. So pure.
As I try to kill the rest of my friends, I think that brings us over to Nuka.
Well, I used my major action in that very helpful assist. So I'm going to use my minor action to just move forward. I think now I'm seeing patients, getting attacked. I think I'm going to move, and I'd like to move as close as I can to patients, kind of doing what Sawyer did with Harbinger and just trying to get in the way. And I think when passing by Sawyer, I just give like a quick reassuring squeeze of like, I heard you, even if no one else did.
Or it gives you the biggest smile, even though there's no reason to smile in this moment. It's like, I was heard and seen.
My heart. Yeah, basically you all are starting to form like this circle around this. And there's one left.
That would be me.
There's one of them left.
Or there's one person
Oh,
left.
no.
Yeah. And I think I narrated that 2 of them were rushing towards the one that pulled the shotgun. Of
Yeah.
course, as
Yeah.
Patience has stepped away, but what are the odds that I kill their character?
Oh,
Whenever
Tactical.
Sir Lance rolls low initiative,
Strategic
yeah,
away from
exactly
keyboard.
that.
Yeah.
It's just like calculating tactical threat assessment. Stand by,
Mhm.
loading.
2 successes, so I would have to spend 1 and I'd back. Damage. Again, crazy good damage for 3 more
Oof.
to the right leg, which do you have physical armor on the right leg?
Yes.
That you'd
I
only
have
take the
1,
2 damage.
So
Yeah. I mean, I think all of you are kind of gathered around the center now, other than Patience, who is just starting to get dogpiled off to the side. And Sir Lance.
So Lance turns around, goes somewhere else, abandons the campaign entirely. Just
That's the chivalrous thing to do.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, that's right. He
Walks
remembers he's a knight and has a certain standard of honor to live up to. So he starts floating towards where Patience is getting ganged up on. So he moves towards Patience, and those who are nearby would hear him say, "Increasing vocal range. Attention, citizens! Violence is not the answer." And then he just sort of takes his buzzsaw and attacks one of them brutally.
Yes. Yes.
Violence is not the answer. Plunges a chainsaw into you.
Defensive
Now
one.
we're
Yes.
wanted for murder.
Are you acting
Yeah,
in,
what kind of a...
in any sort of concern for this individual's life? Or is it just you're a block of meat and you are between me and where I need to go?
Oh, this particular meat sack has one arm on Patience's shoulder, so the most direct solution would be to remove the arm.
You got it. Roll your
Okay,
attack.
well, we've downgraded from murder to assault, so that's...
Do you want to spend any AP?
Yeah, I do. I've got some AP there, so I'm gonna spend. What's the difficulty?
1.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to spend 1 AP to add a d20 to this roll. And this is melee strength?
Yep. You can,
Okay,
you can click the
one
weapon.
Yes. I'm rolling 3. Oh, I can't just click the weapon, can I? Can't
Yeah.
Let me do that then. That's fun. I like Foundry. Yes. Click this. 3 d20s. Here we go. That's
3
a crit
successes.
and another success on top. 3 successes.
Buying 2 AP back for the party. Damage.
So minor action hovers over there, tells them that violence isn't the answer. Look out, here it comes.
You gave them warning. They could have moved their arm really fast.
Hey, they're the ones starting the riot. Lance is trying to keep the peace.
Consent to touch other people is mandatory, and he didn't give it, so now he loses his arm.
You can
That's
roll
right.
your damage.
That's right. Our crew, the consent kids, we're all consent. Whether you're a vampire or a rioter, if you don't consent, we'll cut your arm off. Or we don't consent and you touch us, we'll cut your arm.
The
Yeah.
consent
Here it
kids.
comes!
Here it comes. I gave warning.
Please roll your damage,
Proper
Doc.
rules of engagement.
What's that, Hoop?
Please roll your
You want
damage.
damage?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not going to kill you. I'm simply going to remove your means to do so, do any more
Where's my
harm.
damage roll? I'll just do it here. Okay, buzzsaw damage.
Oh,
One
point of
piercing,
luck.
3 damage total. What's that?
I'm gonna spend a point of luck. Reroll up to 3 of those d6.
Yeah, I'll roll. I'll spend 1, and reroll all 3 of those. No damages.
So whenever
Here it
any one of you spend luck, remember to subtract it on your character sheet.
That's
in
even
the,
better.
in the top right-hand corner.
That's 5 damage and 3 piercing. Piercing 2 is the effect.
It is piercing
there.
2. You ignore
Yep.
4 physical resistance on an individual that has absolutely no resistance whatsoever.
Well, the skin's kind of a physical resistance in a way. Not anymore, but
Man.
technically speaking.
Well, that is 5 points of damage. They are brutally cut down. Their arm is severed, and they're going to bleed to death within moments.
There, Patience, I have saved you. Huzzah!
My hero, this day and every day.
There is
fucking
a
fallout,
This
man.
person's screaming. There's blood flying everywhere.
screams amongst
On
the
to
crowd
patience.
as all of the
Mhm.
Well,
refugees
time to
just
go.
start to scatter. The gates do reopen as Diamond City guards do come rushing out.
Oh God. Prison
It is
episode.
possible. It is possible I am about to be arrested for murder.
They are
Self-defense.
they are staring at the five of you and down at the woman who doesn't seem to have really like spoken to you yet or interacted with you in any way, but is kind of starting to crawl forward. Please, I need to speak with them. Please, just take me to the mayor. Please, please.
What the hell do you want to go in there for? We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Don't you move.
What's-
None of you move.
Bean sits down and puts his hands up in the air.
You're on the ground.
I loved him.
Come on. And there's shouting from behind. All of you. Quiet now.
I mean, the night
Hey.
can change. This could be the most adventurous thing, and then the rest is just easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
I was just trying to prevent this woman from being trampled to death. And these
I
motherfuckers
was
came out of
trying to
nowhere and
chop
started
that man's
attacking
arm
us.
off.
What?
Shh, 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 Lance, shh.
I was trying to.
Handy. You know, very, very literal, this one. A couple of programming, Miss Wires. But seriously, this woman was going to fucking die. These assholes started attacking us. All we were trying to do was help, and she has business with the mayor.
They have turned and, assuming that none of you are resisting, they're going to
Off.
Yeah, I put the shotgun back
I'm
in
going.
the holster.
Yeah.
Clearly, those guards that were watching the fight and saw you take a crowbar to the temple and just barely flinch, like, they keep their distance, about a foot extra distance from you and everyone else.
Yeah, if anybody tries to do a cuff or anything, I'll be like, I'm going, touch me, and you lose the hand.
As you're walking, the young woman, very dirty, just
And
almost
I
like
can
a
help.
rat's nest of light brownish hair, tattered clothes, absolutely covered it in wood. Look up and eat.
Here, sweet, you got something.
Well,
Told thumb and foreheads get the blood off.
I have good news and bad news for you.
Sir Lance holds his buzzsaw out in front of Patience so she can do that to his buzzsaw too.
The good news is we're inside the city now. Bad news is it might be hard for us to try and get an audience with the mayor as wanted criminals.
We ain't done nothing.
Please, you have to take me to the mayor. You don't. And it's just a immediate like shout back of multiple guards. Where you're going? Enough.
Hey, I misspoke. Never mind.
Is it always this easy
have
to
an
get
audience
like in front of
with
the mayor?
Lord
That
McDonough.
sounds like it's an important person.
Yeah, is that like the
All
price of admission? You have
good
to-
nobles
one
and
arm?
leaders have.
No, you can clearly
Nobles
tell.
such as Lord McDonough often hear the complaints of their peasants and.
You can clearly tell that the guards aren't happy about this, and this was not their decision.
Okay, so a headcanon is that the guards that delay was in character and the guards keep trying to say something and Sir Lynch just
Yep.
keeps talking over
Continuously.
Yes.
But as you're walking in a very hushed voice, you'd all hear, "My name's Eve." You're all led to what we would know as like a lift for the cleaners to get up and down the interior stadium, but brought up the boxes that overlook the rest are escorted.
Hey, I know it's kind of a long shot, but any of you guys got anything that's ice cold? Anything that I can kind of put on my head? I've had 3 concussions in as many months. It's not been a good year for me so far.
I pull out my pipe wrench. It's still cold from the outside.
I mean,
I'll take what I can get.
Yeah.
I'll make sure you get it back. Just kind of
How
holding a
cold was
pipe
it?
wrench to the side of my head.
Was it like free? Like it was snowing, actively snowing?
it is actively freezing temperature.
Okay, well then, yeah. Patience digs around and pulls out a bottle of water. That's not full, but there's a little bit in there.
That'll work too. Thank you both. Uh, too many concussions is never a good thing. And she's kind of like swaying a little bit again. Just, I need to, maybe she get a helmet or something. Like one of those baseball helmets.
Got it.
That would be a good idea. Because your head is a big old target. Like most people, like if they're
There
swinging
is a
something.
man here in Diamond City.
There
There's
are
at least
probably
one.
many
He has a
men in
helmet.
Diamond City.
At least one man in Diamond City. That's correct.
Something happened to Sir Lance, I think. I probably tinker with him a bit. There's
I'm
a
having a
delay.
malfunction.
Yeah, can we check his
Um,
they cut a guy's arm off.
Yep.
those of you that have not seen Mayor McDonald before, he's an older gentleman, older than most folks you see, with streaks of silver through his hair, a decent bulge of gluttony sticking out over the waistband of his pants, speaking to the luxurious life that he afforded to live amongst the. As the guards shuffle you all in, he looks up from a pile of papers on his desk, frown on his face quickly. He stares over and watches you all. Oh, this doesn't bode well. They're expecting you days ago. Where's everyone else? What happened? Oh, Mayor, it was awful. The caravan, we were attacked. I fled. Everyone else is dead. And McDonough's face just pops. You5, thank you for stepping in.
Was the right thing to do, but any other context would be swell.
Was Evie getting supplies with the others?
We had a supply train caravanning along a long stretch of road that the railroad was supposed to be good repair. Evie would immediately go a little, ghost white, but add in. We we got attacked almost near the end of the line. We were transferring supplies from the train, the wagons, and the wagons were going to come here, but it just came out of nowhere. I think they were just raiders, but they hit us so fast. There were so many dead before I even knew.
What kind of raiders?
I don't know. I saw my friends dying, and I ran.
You were right to do so. As horrible as it is. They didn't happen to have face paint or uniform metal armor or anything wild or unusual like that? Just the standard raggedy leathers?
I'm so sorry. I just ran.
Never mind. It's okay. Take your time. Just had a thought.
The mayor just back in his. You5. Got anywhere to sleep tonight?
I do not sleep.
Good for you. Rest of you?
Mm,
Not
Not
if it's
particularly. I mean, yeah, that's a loaded question.
Fine. How about this? I'll give you citizenship here, Diamond City. You have access to a warm place to sleep, all the merchants you could ever want, and much supplies as we can spare, but I need you to go out there, find out what happened, see what you can recover, see who you can recover, find who's responsible for this. Back to your safe.
Just like that.
Want to be very clear that we need those supplies. If it's between getting revenge and getting those supplies, we need those supplies.
Understood.
priority supplies.
So essentially, this is lodging in exchange for steady stream of work.
We can talk about that once you, yeah, do some capable folks like you.
Will we be at the common house?
I'll see what I can, who I can move around, what I can do. Evie would like pull on the jacket of your arm.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
It's long walk. It was about a day's walk for me, and I think I ran most of it.
Which direction was the caravan coming from?
It kind of point off, not only like giving you direction, but start giving you landmarks to look out for.
Okay. Yep.
Specifically, a massive radio tower, specifically bent at a very sharp, about 50-degree angle. That's where they had set up camp, and that's where the attack had taken.
So south, most of the relay towers are towards Quincy.
Yeah,
Okay. Maybe it was the gunners. Either way, Quincy's a dangerous area. A lot of caravans coming up this way from elsewhere, out west, whatever else lies beyond the mountains, but it's a dangerous area.
Mayor, if I can, I'd like to go with them.
Are you up for traveling?
Yes. I I just left them all behind. I have to go.
I mean, honey, you've been through a lot.
You'd
Let's
probably
just-
slow us down.
You get a
You should
glare
too.
from this, you know. Honestly, she's about the same
I,
height as Sawyer, but you just get a.
I
What?
like lean over and whisper in Nuka's ear, "Hey Nuka, I don't think you're supposed to say things like that out loud, even if you think they're true. I think those are like the ones you keep on the inside, or you like say to your friends. Mm,
That I did it wrong. Okay.
yeah, that's okay
All
though.
right.
You're doing really good otherwise, though. It's okay.
I'm
Also-
sorry.
There we go. Good job. Good job.
Mayor
Good job.
McDonough, is that old abandoned house on the corner still vacant, or do you have somebody moving in there?
Admittedly, we are full burst here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we are packed top to bottom. But like I said,
makes
I
sense.
will find some place to stay.
Sounds like we have a compact.
Good. Rest for as long as you need, but the faster you get out there, the better.
Shake on it. That's all I need.
Does any of you have any other questions for the mayor? Swiftly out.
Sir Lance just reboot
Collapse to the floor.
Yes, yeah.
Have no fear, I have returned.
But once you're out of the mayor's office,
I only blue screened for a moment.
Oh, it's okay. We have everything worked out. I'll explain what we're walking.
oh, we fixed that with the
It
last.
happens.
Once you're out
Fix
of
one thing, break another.
I haven't updated my drivers.
once you're out of earshot of the mayor and guards, take a seat. Finally, taking a breath, feeling like the weight of the world highly on her shoulder. There was something I didn't. Few days ago, our caravan picked up a strange man, alone. We were just trying to help take care of him. He's wearing some real gaudy looking priest robes. Didn't really say much to anyone. I never liked him. Just felt like trouble.
Kind of traveling preacher.
Yes, but never
Does that
said
ring any
anything to
bells
any of
for
us.
anybody?
I don't know. A lot of people preach a lot of different things.
No kidding.
I don't want to be a burden. If you think get there faster without me, I'll stay. I've already made this walk once. I can help.
Well, let's sleep on it. Get some
No.
warmth while we
No,
can.
no, we need to get back out there.
Oh, I thought the whole purpose
No,
was
I
to
do
get
not
some
sleep.
rest.
Oh, you don't sleep, but the rest of us need you, and you probably should too, Evie. You just went through a lot, and I know that this, what I'm about to say might sound a little harsh, but you can't go back and save them. They're already gone. But you
Sawyer
could
is
get
correct. Your
yourself
friends
killed
are
if you don't
dead.
get some sleep.
You could see the tears
And meatbags need rest.
starting to well up in both eyes.
Also, I have a concussion ×3.
Yeah, you're not allowed to sleep for a couple of hours, though, because that's how concussions work. You're not allowed to sleep.
I will
Well,
keep
I've
you
got a
company.
cold pipe.
You have to wait a
Relax.
minimum of 6 hours from the time you got hit, and it's probably been like an hour. I just don't want you to fall asleep and then not wake up again, because that's what happens with concussion.
I
Harbinger.
really appreciate that.
While the other
Yeah.
is asleep, perhaps we can go to the markets and buy you a helmet.
Worth checking out. You said you knew a guy that sells baseball helmets?
Swatters. He sells
And
baseball
helmets?
paraphernalia.
Oh, okay. So I like them helmets. Them helmets are pretty nice. Also, the last thing you want to do
Yes.
is get stuck out in the cold when the sun sets. So
Cold and dark do not
probably-
mix very well.
waiting for dawn is our best bet. Be able to get down to Quincy and back if we leave at dawn.
Yes, even I have my limits. I can function up to certain extreme temperatures, but I do not want to test this theory.
Fine.
And if it's as cold as it is here, as it is a few miles southeast, which it will be, I have my doubts about people traipsing out in the cold at night to go and try to recover whatever else is out there. So super
Fine.
mutants maybe, but they only really care about,
First thing in the morning.
I'm gonna pick up Beans and like offer the dog to her, like comfort type of thing. Be like, he's a real good cuddler. I miss some of that because he had to go outside and do his business. But I caught enough to know that you're in a pickle. But I think it'll be all
tried to
right.
make things worse and attacked the mayor. We should leave Beans here.
Poor Beans.
I mean, I do have a couple other dogs we could pick up at the farm, but I don't think we're going that far.
Is Beans a hound dog?
No.
Beans track?
Beans does have keen smell. Yeah.
Oh shit, really? Okay.
Yeah. Attack dog, tracker, yeah. Just because he's a Jack Russell doesn't mean that he's not a badass. Come on.
Yeah.
The tank.
Mhm.
We could do better.
Yeah, you'd have
Wow.
basically the rest of the evening. You do not have adequate lodging at the moment. They are still trying to sort people out. The sleep that you get is going to be basically like one cot that they managed to clear, 15 different other refugees out of the immediate area from. It's cot, the floor, leaning against the wall. However, you can uncomfortably lay.
Body heat. We're all snuggling tonight.
Also, if you want to buy anything in Diamond City, if anyone's got the
All
caps
right.
for it.
Let's hold that cot. Hold the space. We're all gonna cuddle up together tonight. I'm gonna go look for a helmet. So I still have the ice packs. I'm rotating between the water bottle and the lead pipe.
Yeah.
But I'm icing it. I'm taking proper care of my
Lance
head
is going to
injury.
accompany.
Yeah. Search the.
Well, I'm kind of letting Sir Lance like lead me around, basically. So I'm like, all right, you said you know a guy. Let's go.
Headgear.
Go out shopping for baseball helmets and robot toys.
I assume a baseball helmet will be a little cheaper than those fancy combat armor helmets that the gunners wear.
No, it's an
At
antique.
this point.
But I'll take whatever I can get.
A combat
We
helmet.
just.
25 caps.
Ooh. Let's see.
Physical
do we have?
damage
You are-
resistance and
You
energy.
are impoverished.
Yeah.
Do you need bottle caps? I have other bottle caps.
I've got.
He
and I'll just
opens
kinda,
up like a
dig
little
through my pocket.
drawer.
Mhm.
He opens up a little drawer and it's like got like a bunch of bottle caps in there. How many? How? he has like 100 bottle caps, and so he's and he never uses them. So
well, I've only got
he's like,
12, but I don't
take as
wanna
many
be-
as you need.
How about I take 25?
I have taken a vow
helmet.
of poverty. Yes.
And we keep this
Good.
stash back here until someone else needs it for something. Sound good?
What if we come across a ID shop? It's for robots. I don't want to leave all of my money at home.
There was like a delay. I don't know if anybody else heard the delay on stream, so I'll just kind of like tap the top of like the chrome, the top of the chrome there, like
Just the eye stalks a little.
yeah. You okay in there?
Well,
You kind of
I'm going to go lie down for a while.
yeah. Be careful who you tell about these. Keep them for the group, and
yeah. So
Snoring sound.
25
Snoring sound.
great.
your,
Okay, well
helmet.
you hang here. I'll just take these, and I'll take 25, and I'll like close up that very carefully, so it's like people don't see that there's a night handy floating around with a stash of bottle caps.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just so gently as not to wake him. Mm-hmm.
And
like
do they
tucking him in by closing his caps compartment.
So Can this be a metal helmet like the metal baseball helmets, or does it have to be like the combat armor helmet? Can it
Um,
be flavored as the metal helmet?
absolutely can be flavored. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so I will gonna look at the combat helmet and I'll be like, too gaudy, and I'll come over and just take like an old, beaten up like navy blue reinforced baseball helmet that
Oh, I'm
Mo
sorry. There
probably
is a
has.
metal helmet. It costs less
Oh,
money.
okay. Is it less defense?
It is less defense.
Okay. Um, in that case, I'll be like, all right, I'll just get the. Give me the damn combat armor helmet. I'm gonna. Do you have any custom paint jobs, like shark or anything like that?
If you leave it with them overnight, they do their best to paint a shark on it.
Okay. You know, like that issue of Hot Rodder with the military shark. You know what I'm talking about?
You get a blank stare, but yeah.
Okay. Green, red, great white shark.
Okay. White, red, green shark.
Oh no. Olive drab, like the military fatigues. Olive, little pale, like little dark red trim, and then a great white shark, which is gray with a white belly.
Pale, white, drab shark.
I may have borrowed a couple of books from an old school, and one of them was about sharks. Never mind that. But that's the idea. I'll try to best explain the Hot Rod magazine issue of the Hot Rodder with the sharks
He will
for the helmet.
continuously confirm to you that he perfectly understands what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, anything else? As soon as I
No,
can
that's it. Here, 25 caps. I'll just kind of like slam them down on the table.
kind of spendy.
Mm.
Um,
Uh, it, oh, I was gonna ask if they're like on Shopping Venture, if there's any kind of like, you know, flashlight, light sourcey kind of thing, just in case we get in dark places. I think I've been searching for something like that for a little bit for when I want to work on things at night. Don't know that I have one.
there's a flamethrower that provides light for.
Yeah. I'm thinking more like a flashlight or a
You just gotta be a little
lantern.
careful with it. It's all right.
Oh,
How
Oh.
bad could it be?
That's just Nuka reading.
Yeah.
I was looking for flashlight.
Trying to read with the flamethrower would be so hard.
Yes.
Someone that owns a flamethrower out there, let me know how hard it is to read with one. I'm just
Uh,
curious, is all.
Flashlight generates bright light in a single zone within range. The user may choose which zone is illuminated. Weighs 2 pounds, and it
Okay.
has very reasonable cost of 100 cap.
Ugh. This is why I haven't had a flashlight.
Well, you haven't had a flashlight. This is a relic
Oh.
of an age gone.
What was it? I think I might have seen. How much is a lantern? If I go more old school.
You also have a torch, which is a stick on fire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It costs 10 caps.
You know, could I rig that up myself? As I'm shopping around and I see a stick wrapped with some
But it,
fabric and
oh, I'm sorry. I missed the lantern. Lantern is 15.
um yeah. I'll hand over 15 for that. It's not single use, I'm guessing. Perfect. Okay. Turn.
Also, while you're all here and waiting to hear what's down, security with some common materials with which the mayor, these will come in handy when you go to build a campsite out there as to not freeze.
That's
Good.
nice.
That's good.
Did they
Also,
I
bring
was a bit
coats?
worried about that.
They do
I'm
not
gonna
have coats
give
to
the-
spare.
I'm gonna give the guards who bring that stuff down like 2 carrots to split between them. 2 whole carrots. Like pull them out of my bag.
I mean, that's a pretty nice tip around these parts nowadays.
Everybody else, like everybody who's here, and there's some food that's set aside for Harbinger. It has like some Brahmin jerky and carrots and various like cold winter, like that will last in the cold type foods.
Are these
So everybody's full.
items in your inventory?
No, because I just put like I don't know how to do that. But it's basically it's the food. Like she has a huge rucksack that was packed by one of her grandkids that's full of food.
Okay. Well,
Like I'm not ever gonna do anything to try to trade it to get actual money or like with like for the guards, I'm not gonna try to get any like mechanical,
I get you.
technical stuff. It's just all flavor.
There are going to be points where food is going to be a premium for you, so we can absolutely talk and figure. But for now, yeah, you're all fine.
Also, just real quick, what are the stats on the helmet? Is it 2 physical resistance? That's the only one that
2
came
physical
up.
and 2 energy.
Awesome, better than what was in the database. Thank you.
Anything else?
Not shopping wise, but I think before we get down to sleep, Nuka would go over to Evie, and pull out this book, or play script, if you will, that's like poorly bound, um, now after many, many years, and like flips to essentially there's printed pages and then there's like unfinished pages. And so she flips back to the unfinished pages, and goes, just in case you stay behind because you would slow us down. I'm sorry. Uh, could you tell me all that you saw, and would just try to like write down as much as possible?
Um, Basically, she'd pretty much given it all. The attack happened at their last checkpoint, which was that massive radio tower, bent at a very specific angle. Sticks out from the rest, so you see it as you're traveling.
Can you describe the man in the robes again, the traveling priest?
I didn't spend much time around him. I saw the real strange robes. I don't, as far as I know, we didn't talk to anybody.
What was strange about him exactly?
Never seen anything that they were nice, too nice. Walking alone, not Commonwealth. But I just bad feeling about
Is he a smiley person?
it. No,
Frowny person?
nothing. Didn't interact with him. Say anything. Sat by himself. I don't even think he ate or drank.
Huh. And what happened when the attack happened? Did you see this person?
Didn't anything.
Mm. Do
Did you
you
hear the fluttering of moth's wings?
The what now?
It's just something I always ask if you can't see who attacked you, if you heard moth's wings, like the fluttering of wings. Like a giant moth maybe came out of the sky or something.
No.
Okay, that's good.
Uh,
Yeah.
share? That makes sense.
Yeah. Just go get some air.
Okay. Sorry again.
She'd leave you all to your puddle on top of the one cot that. But that's it. I'll at least be able to rest through the night. It is not, unfortunately, do not gain well rested. Not quite warm enough or comfortable at, but you do heal.
Fair enough. As I wake, I'm gonna be like, is I'm assuming based on what we talked about before that Sir Lance is there, and I'll be like, thank you for watching me through the night. Even if he didn't, he may still be inactive, but I'll just be like, I appreciate you.
Definitely powered down next to bed, but he heard.
Oh,
He heard you.
Mhm.
You could pick up your helmet. They did their best going off of your description. That wide brim with the sharp teeth. Teeth are a little maybe larger than you'd explained. Like the proportions aren't perfect, but
be like, not bad, not bad. And as I'm kind of thinking, I'll be like, after I pick it up and come back to Evie, I'll be like, did you mean Trinity Tower?
Evie never came.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'll just say that to the wind. I'll be like, wait, where did she go?
In fact, if any of you were to look for Evie
Yeah, no, she left, and we're gonna find her corpse frozen on the side of the road.
She left?
left,
Nobody.
But you didn't realize she said she was gonna go. You didn't see that look, and she was gonna go.
I didn't think she was serious.
She
Well,
wanted us
I
to
thought
leave
you-
last night. It's like she was pushing for it.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna leave with us in the morning. I thought she was just kind of working through the trauma. I didn't actually expect her to leave in the middle of the night.
Young and foolish, and full of
What the
hope and
hell?
full
We
of
gotta get out
fear.
there.
well, at least this way she won't slow us down.
That's true. Yeah.
Rough, but you're not wrong. But still, I don't
Yeah.
want to
Maybe
let
Beans
anybody.
can find her. You know, if we go along the way, I'll have Beans try to send her out. But if she left last night,
well,
We might find her. We'll see.
Well, we have to figure out if she's talking about Trinity Tower or one of the relay towers down south.
Yeah.
Trinity Tower's in downtown. The other 3 or 4 relay towers are down south towards Quincy, like we were talking about yesterday. What does the map say?
Uh,
She at least gave you some updates on directions, right?
this
Yeah,
is leading you
show what
more
it's getting at.
south.
Okay, all right. So it's not Trinity Tower. That's good because it's super mutant territory, and that's the last thing we want right now.
Trinity Tower is also a lot
Um,
closer than a 24 hour.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, before we go to break, we get to use one of the new mechanics from this module,
Ooh.
which is a navigation test.
Mhm.
So I need to we choose our destination. The steps that we use is to choose our destination tower, and we determine the difficulty of the. Is this journey along an established route? Yes, it is. Common trait. Are any of you familiar with this
I think like anybody who's traveled a lot would be if it's a
area?
main
Yeah,
trip.
absolutely.
Patience is old. Like she's not from here, like from the Commonwealth, and so I would think that she knows the road. But yeah,
The reason that I'm role playing as like so knowledgeable about the Commonwealth is because of all the safe houses, like above
Also
game.
because Aaron
So
knows everything all out.
I don't know everything about.
well, also Aaron's familiar
Knows
with the
very
area.
close to everything about
Mhm.
Fallout.
Uh,
Um,
it made sense to play a railroad character.
Yeah,
'cause of all the
absolutely.
safe houses.
especially since this particular route is protected by the railroad,
Mm.
Yeah.
which it is under friendly control. You have good directions and you have a prominent landmark. Means that there is no increased difficulty. It is just a difficulty. We then determine who is our navigator. Who among you would like to lead this
Um, what is the skill that would be used for it?
survival?
Or I take it back. If someone will give me directions, maybe I could do it.
And show you.
Yeah,
I could just be showing you the book thing, and then other people can be feeding.
I'll be pointing out landmarks, but I'll let the person with a knack for survival lead the way.
Got
Mm.
it. So Sawyer, our navigator, I need you to determine what our journey is.
So proud of Sawyer.
We can either move cautious, which doubles the duration of the journey, but all of your tests to navigate are You can go normal speed, which doesn't change the duration of the journey, and it decreases the navigation test. Or you can go hurried, which cuts the duration of the journey in half, but your complication range jumps up from a 17.
I think just normal. We have camping gear so we don't freeze to death in the middle of the night, and I've got it with me. I put it in my inventory thing so we didn't forget we had it. So I think normal's fine. I definitely wouldn't want to go too slow with the weather conditions that we're in. That spells disaster. Her going too fast means one of us falls and breaks our neck on ice. We already have 3 concussions for a Harbinger, and I really don't need a 4th. So I'm gonna go with normal. It's good.
Well, then I need you to make a survival in test. 1. Cannot spend AP to get extra dice, but you can spend AP.
Okay. And you said it's a difficulty 1?
Yep.
So I can make it a difficulty 0.
Good.
Yeah, let's do that, and then any successes I get are AP back in the pool.
Or
Mhm.
go for it.
Oof.
You know, if I got any.
That is 0
If I
successes,
got any.
but
These dice hate me today.
you only needed 0, so we're good.
Yeah. So I still did it.
Maximum effort.
Did good.
Mhm.
Work smarter, not harder.
Did we set out?
Sir Lance. Is Sir Lance just not rebooting? We could just
Sir Lance
just
is
No,
swear-
we're
where
just dragging him.
let the team know exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I think
Audio
he
module.
needs
malfunctioning.
some heavier fixes. Once we get to find the stuff or whatever, I can take a look at him.
All right.
I'm in screensaver mode.
Well, we're about that time, so
Break
we're
it
going to go to a quick break, give it a chance to drink, stretch your legs, prepare yourselves for the falloutiness that we're about to experience. And
You.
welcome back. Oh, nice snowfall. No, there it is.
No.
Yeah, there's the snow.
There we go.
Perfect.
As-
Just in case you forgot, we might freeze to death while
Yeah.
we're out here.
also,
It provides a
yeah.
wonderful visual aid.
funny enough,
We need visual aids. They're
that
helpful.
snow will continue to collect on the bottom of the screen as it snows, and it will just get higher and
Oh my
higher.
god.
That's really cool.
Incredible. Incredible.
That's so good.
But yes, we set out as quickly as we could, finding out that Evie had already taken off the night before and begun our trek. The first leg of the journey, not proving too much of a difference. You know the landmarks, you know these roads. Not like these roads are protected, so it's not like you're going to come across a random, squad of super. But you are hitting that point of the 12-hour mark where you have been marching nonstop through the cold, through the wind, through the snow, and you're reaching that point of set up camp, bed down for the night, try to push on the rest, hope for the best. What would you like?
Camp.
Like, Nuka stops and goes,
Yeah.
I think I could keep, and then sees Sawyer and goes, yep, camp.
Camp.
At this
Definitely
point,
camp. I don't. You've always been real good at hiking, Nuka, but I'm just not built
Mm.
for this.
Sawyer, you're marching through snow that goes about halfway up your thigh, and it's a trudge.
Too much.
So,
No.
another new feature in this module is campsites. We only have access to tier 1 and tier 2 at the moment because we only have common material. Which one would you?
I mean, I say we can go for tier 2 and yeah.
Mhm.
Got it. That means that I need everyone to make an intellect test and an appropriate skill that you feel applies to you helping to put together a campsite.
Oh look, survival.
Survival, absolutely.
Let's see. Now, repair.
Repair, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd
Alright.
take
Oh, That's
science.
worth it.
I'd take sneak, honestly, if you're trying to, make it hidden.
Steel. Okay.
Athletics for just hauling big, blocks over to help make.
That was going to be my suggestion.
Yeah, absolutely. You can all roll it up.
Roll it.
2 total successes. We already have 3.
Hi.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're good.
Thank
I didn't help, but
goodness.
we're good.
We're really
Right?
good at camping.
We're good at camping.
The one thing we're going to be good at.
Yeah, we are more than good. Campsite is erected. So you get a number of features equal to the tier of the campsite. 2, you get 2 features. These are a campfire, provides warmth and protects you from cold exposure. Have adequate shelter,
Far so good.
which protects you from weather hazards. If you combine it with a campfire, then it gives you a warm shelter for sleep, rest, and recovery. You have comfortable bedding, which lets you get well rested. You have a cook station, which lets you cook food and consume warm water. You can make an alarm, obviously stops anyone from entering the campsite. You can clean the area, which gets rid of anything like disease, poison, or radiation. You can conceal the campsite, obviously makes it hard to spot, or you can make it defensible so that if you were to go under siege, you have like a defensible tower basically.
You said we get 2 of these?
Get 2, and you can spend 3 AP to get.
Well, so when we were talking through the difficulties for navigating the next day, it was like the cold weather we auto get 1.
If you
and it goes up.
sleep in a warm spot, you will not.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
make it
so warm spot, and it also goes up if we don't eat warm things.
If we
or
don't
drink
eat warm
things?
food, yeah.
Okay, so
So in a
maybe-
perfect world, to not take any of that, we would have to spend 3 AP, which means we have to buy one from Hoop, which will never go well, but here we are.
If we
Or
took
actually, no, we
watches,
don't. I
you
can
just-
buy
Yeah.
us an AP. I'll buy my
take
way
wa-
to victory. Hero point. I have points for this channel, Hoop. I watch you people, and so therefore I can buy a hero point. And then we have 3 AP. We don't have to buy anything from you, and we could do the campfire, the shelter, and the cooking
Absolutely,
station,
you can.
and then we wouldn't suffer any penalties the next day, right?
Yeah, that was going to be my suggestion too. Warmth, a home cooked meal, and a good night's sleep.
All right.
And then we can all take watches. We can take turns taking watches.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It's also territory that Harbinger seems very
Well
comfortable with.
tried.
Just waiting for you to buy that hero point.
I thought I did already. I just hit the thing. Let's try that again. Good. Oh. Apparently I have to give a message. Buying my way to victory. There you go.
You got it.
Perfect.
Brings you down to 0, but you have a beautiful campsite. Or warm.
Wow.
You can all melt some snow, drink whatever rations you have on you of fire. All I need is someone to roll d20.
Ooh.
Just
You,
eight.
That's
I feel like you
suspicious.
got the point. You should roll it.
Okay. Just like a D20, it's
Yeah.
not tied to anything?
No, just 20.
Okay. Okay.
19.
Oh, in the system.
But it
This is
wasn't
not
a 20.
Uh-huh.
This is not a 20.
All evening, camp is quiet.
Ooh.
There's until
Okay, there we go.
I knew that word was coming.
Foot drop. Foot drop.
in the distance there is a very loud and audible bang, followed by another.
Hmm.
What kind of a bang? Gunshot? An
Yeah.
explosion? Somebody clanging on
Mhm.
metal?
Through the muffle
How
of
big
the
of a
snow, it's
distance?
hollow, but it had to have been loud. But
Hmm.
it more noise, bangs.
I'll unholster the rifle and keep watch on the horizon.
I'm just gonna make sure that Baines is here and that somebody walking out didn't like see my dog and be like, "Oh, dinner."
Hmm.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm sure he's fine.
No, he's a good boy. He stays here with us,
Yeah,
where he belongs.
you are more than welcome for the rest of you. Keep an eye out. Nothing approaches. But
I'll make
Should
sure
we
we're
check
we're
that out?
taking watches to make sure everybody gets sleep, but there's like a
Mhm.
watch happening
um,
until dawn.
well, that would bring us to the following day. I get to roll.
Immediately scan the horizon with a scope to see if I can figure out what it was.
There, at no point was there ever any.
Okay. All right.
I get to roll for
Harbor's just a
It's the
weather.
little paranoid.
Mothman.
Mothman taking a winter vacation.
Well, you see, Patience has some thoughts about that.
A 5. The wind is especially hazardous today. That means that any attempts to spot or avoid dangerous objects or hazards along your journey increased by.
And it's also going to be a pain in the ass to walk through.
Yeah.
But are we sticking with the same guide or are we swapping it up?
So far, so good.
Same, yeah.
I'll do it again. I
Oh.
can't buy my way to victory this time, so I hope I get a success.
I'll
It would-
say to Sawyer, I'm really impressed with your navigation skills so far. You're doing amazing.
Thanks. The church doesn't do like a lot of staying in one place for very long, and I just got real good at how to
Wait,
be in
I
the woods
forgot.
for a long time.
You used to be part of a religious order of some kind.
Oh,
right?
yeah, no, I grew up in the Church of Adam.
I know it's a long shot, but those robes that they were describing, that Evie was describing, did that ring any bells? I know there's a lot of crazy cults out there, but I don't know if we got enough info or if you get a chance to talk to her a little more while I was out shopping for this helmet. I'll point to the helmet. You can see like this caricature shark with like the kind of like the
Yeah,
teeth.
Your helmet's real nice.
Very cute.
I didn't talk to Evie much, but Nuka did. And Nuka and I met at the church. So if Nuka didn't recognize him, I assume that I probably wouldn't. I mean, Nuka hasn't been there or wasn't there, I guess, as long as I was. But you know, I born and raised and all that. You know.
I'm always careful around coincidences.
No, the weirdest thing about it was that, I believe, looks at the book, Evie said the priest did not eat or drink.
Which is pretty odd. I mean, even people at Church of Adam would eat and drink. I mean, granted, we don't mind much the quality of food and drink, but we would still need it.
Well, if it's
Weird.
another vampire, then you need to lead him.
Empire.
That was weird too.
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't know what that man was, aside from dead now.
It's the last time I go vault hopping. No thanks.
Yeah.
Taking a
Yeah,
break
I
from
don't know why
vaults.
people would choose to go in those. That seems like just a really bad time.
Oh, it's always a fucking nightmare. These were basically just fun houses for the people that were in charge before the war. They used to
I
just
mean-
take people, stick them down in these vaults, and do all kinds of crazy experiments on them.
Which
That's
in
right.
some ways is interesting. You
You're a
know,
mad scientist, yeah.
sure.
I mean, I guess it depends on which side of the experiment you're on.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah, we should get on the road.
All right.
This is our chit chat over breakfast, talking about
Yeah.
vaults and vaults.
Well,
what was it? On the way, you said something about how because it's windy, spotting dangerous hazards is increased. Is the spotting a part of the survival role in traveling, or would that be a separate kind of
It's-
skill check?
would add to the difficulty if weren't subtracting so many difficulties. Did have such ill build.
Good sleep, everybody. It's a
You-
lifesaver.
Sawyer,
Great
Woo!
camp, better sleep.
need you to make a
Who
survival
knew taking care of
endurance.
yourself led to better things?
Who knew?
Next, you're gonna
Except-
tell me that I need to drink water.
Except all of our partners out there that are looking at you going, I told you, I've been telling you for so long. Just drink water.
Drink water and go to sleep at night.
Sawyer, I need you to make a survival endurance
Yeah.
roll. All your bonuses.
Awesome. We love to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Good news.
We love to hear it even more because I got no successes. I have not gotten a single success all night. These dice hate me.
Well, you
Good
didn't roll any
things to come.
complications.
Thank goodness.
But
don't
we
have
press
time for that.
on. Further and further through the snow, having to stop every once in a while, just give your eyes a break from staring at the bitter cold wind that's biting at them.
Of your snow goggles.
Thank you.
And can I get a marching order?
I'm in the front, I suppose.
I
And
imagine.
I'm
That's what
right
would make
behind
sense.
Sawyer.
I'm usually in the back, bringing up the rear. The rifle out. That's just her MO.
Patience.
Yep, I'm good with that.
Ahead of you lies ruined two-car train. It's been completely derailed, blown off the tracks by some large explosion.
Mhm.
Explosion that tipped the cars onto their sides, left a small crater in the ground where it ran through. There's still a thick column of smoke rising from, and in the distance are still smoldering pits of smaller campfires burning them. There is a sign of a desperate battle everywhere. Bodies are still strewn on the icy ground. There are bullet holes littering the side of the train. Smears of blood that's fresh. Fight.
We're not
Anything
at
moving?
Yeah, I've got the scope. Just I'm gonna take cover and just scan.
Harbinger, I would love for you to a percent. Difficulty of 1. You can always buy AP. I'll happily sell. Premium price.
Mm-hmm.
Won't get a better price anyway.
It's pretty good. Oh,
A
hey!
natural
critical success.
1.
Ooh.
That'll buy you back an AP. And
Hey.
you spot scavengers moving about ruins.
They just look like scavers.
Yeah.
Okay. How many?
If you sit and watch for a few moments, you're seeing a few different kind of move in and out, so hard to get a perfect number, but you'd imagine between 3 to 4, maybe 5.
Okay. I will as I'm like taking cover on the side of the road in like a ditch or a defilade, I'll just kind of like have the rifle up on her shoulder. She'll just take her right hand and just be like point out how many there are, and just motion that there's people know that there's movement over there.
Do we get the sense that these are not, we're not near the radio tower? This is something that's happened before we've even gotten to the spot of the original, or of
This
the
is
original
the spot
thing.
of the attack.
Oh, this is the spot of the attack. Okay, great. On our way, did we spot anything that would have sounded like the explosion, or do we think that the trains could have possibly been that explosion from the night before?
The ambush would have been the explosion and knocked the train off, and then promptly. Whatever happened
But that's
last
not what we
night,
heard.
unrelated.
Okay, great.
Are we getting any Geiger counter readings from
Occasionally. Nothing
from
too concerning.
right? I think I was mostly trying to see if this thing got knocked off the rails by a mini nuke or
Oh,
something.
no.
Mm.
Seems like a fragmentation.
Cool.
What's the plan?
How do we want to handle this?
Just from the side of the road, they look like scavers.
Take them out?
No. I don't think we need to pop a bunch of scavers just coming in for a score.
But if we need to get the supplies back, or at
Is
least
that-
whatever's left of them.
Is that the supply caravan that we're looking for, or is this just an unfortunate happenstance?
This was the.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I missed that.
Do you want to go in loud or quiet?
I stand by that. If they're just scavers, we can probably negotiate or plan with them, especially if we're here to do a job.
I mean, they were here first, so they might not be too keen to give up their haul just because we showed up.
It don't hurt to try talking. We just have to be open to the idea of if it doesn't work, what we do next.
Oh, we
Feed 'em
absolutely
to the
murder
dog.
all of them.
Yeah. I was like,
Okay.
I could talk to them. I look at Sawyer and I'm like, I don't know how well that'd go. I think I'd be better hiding in a spot and getting ready to shoot
Yeah.
someone.
I don't think either of us are really built for the whole talking thing. To be fair.
I don't know if any of us are built for this whole talking thing.
Okay.
I am.
I really need Lance to boot up right now. That would be
Yeah.
super helpful. But he's not going to do well in the winter conditions anyway, so it's
Yeah.
better that he sleeps.
Keep short circuiting.
I mean, I could try to, I've haggled for stuff before if we're trying to haggle them out of leaving here.
Yeah, sell them their lives back.
I mean, we could
Okay.
just, the two
I
of
mean,
us could
that's
just
fair.
see what we can work out.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll be back here with my laser gun.
Okay.
Waiting.
I'll go up with you. And that way, in case things get rough, perfect.
Yeah, I'll
range.
just stand in the back. I think it's probably best if I just stand behind everyone else.
Well,
Let's do that.
I mean, okay, now numbers are rearranging. I think it'd be better if we had 2 surprise agents, and then,
Then never mind.
and-
Me and my laser gun will be back here.
so I don't know. I guess Harbinger, Page. Okay, I'm gonna take Sawyer.
Yeah,
and we're gonna find a spot
Yeah.
somewhere
Sure.
close enough to be able to shoot people, but hide
But
it.
far enough away that it seems like I'm not in their face with a gun.
Yeah.
Would the two of you make a... We'll call this an agility sneak.
Okay. I'm not horrible at this. This is fine.
Difficulty 1.
Please let me have one thing. That I...
Oh, yeah.
Hey, 2 successes, 4 successes.
I didn't mean to roll twice, but here we are.
It's gonna-
I rolled twice and they all succeeded. All 4.
That is going to buy you 2 more party AP, which is fantastic.
Oh yeah, how many do we have now?
3.
3.
Ooh, 3. Yes, 3.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Well,
Might need them. Let's see.
the 2 of you approach this train. One of them lean out, spots you, smack another one in the back of the head. Hey, no. We were here first.
Hey,
Fuck outta here.
Stay there, Scabbers. Hey, relax. We're just.
No. Wait, we don't know who you are, but you better turn around now. Get out of here.
Any of you fellas got a Geiger counter? Which is the railroad call sign.
We have a Geiger counter for.
Alright, don't worry about it. Listen, we're here on business from Diamond City. I got a proposal for you.
Right?
One that might ingratiate you with the great city of Diamond City and its Mayor McDonough.
You hear
Sorry,
like
I couldn't think of a too kind of a thing to say. He's
you
alright.
hear like a whispered, like hushed conversation going on behind this. Oh, they're lying. Just shoot them.
Fuck would I lie about this?
Shut up back there. Go on.
Listen, these supplies were earmarked for Diamond City.
Yeah.
Mayor McDonough, I'm sure, will reward all of y'all with a bounty finder's fee if you help us together get this back to Diamond City. If we wanted to screw you over, we'd probably ask you to go somewhere in the middle of a fucking swamp. I'm asking you to take a main road back to Diamond City to get these supplies to the refugees that are dying out there in the streets, and Mayor McDonough personally sent us out here to retrieve them. So unless you want to do the exact opposite and have the entirety of Diamond City security putting a bounty out on all of us for not bringing it back, okay? Because if you try to kill us and you succeed, that's going to come back on y'all. Because there's other crews coming from Diamond City to make sure that this gets back. Or we can all work together, get this back up a main road to Diamond City, where it's impossible for any of us to turn on you or ambush you. Bring it to Mayor McDonough, and he'll reward y'all with good graces.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
Listen, take your own cut. Take a cut. All right? I'm not
half
going
the
to say nothing.
food.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
Take a reasonable cut. This has to go to refugees. Take a reasonable cut. We're just here to bring it back to Diamond City. I'm just asking you to
Patience.
be reasonable.
Patience takes the rucksack of food, of carrots and jerky, off her back and throws it towards the train. Be like, that's enough for your crew. That'll last you a while, especially if you know how to use it. Take it and walk away or help us.
Like you can hear like whispered conversation. They all turn.
Listen, I'm sure y'all filled some backpacks already. All right, none's the wiser. Y'all gonna cut, and you'll be ingratiated with Diamond City, the crown jewel of the Commonwealth.
We walk away
Or
with
if you
what's
you
in our
don't want to go
packs,
to town.
and we just go our separate ways.
I ain't seen nothing.
They would very quickly just start, loading up their backpacks. They made off with enough that they're probably going to survive at least gold, but it's literally just stuffing what they could in like leather-bound satchel. It's hardly
And
going to
yeah,
make a
yeah.
dent.
And if these are trains, I'm sure they're probably packed pretty full.
these were supplies that Diamond City needed to get by, so there's probably a lot here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we made away with some blood. We all in agreement? We got here, we seen some dots on the horizon. Maybe scavengers running off. Nobody else has to die.
Yep. They, at this point, if you just hang around
I mean,
for a
unless y'all
moment,
want to
they're-
shoot him in the back while they're running, that's your
No,
prerogative.
no, I was like, I turned to Sawyer and I go, wait, like they're going away with a fair amount. Still looks like there's a fair amount in the train. It's not like these folks overturned this train.
Well, no,
Who
they
would-
didn't do nothing
who-
wrong.
well,
If they
who
didn't
would-
do
who-
nothing wrong, then they don't
No.
deserve to die.
Who
I mean,
would
I'm
who
all for
would
killing who needs killing, but
who would overturn it and not take everything inside? Like, what's the point? Why leave it to scavengers?
Unless the target was one of the people, not the supplies.
I don't know. Something feels off.
any sign of Evie?
not yet. One of the
Like,
scavs would stop as you all are welcome to approach, and as they're hefting their bags and getting ready to take off. If you're looking through the ones that did this, there's an old military bunker nearby. Head back that way. Wouldn't fuck with them though. They look like they knew what they were doing.
gunners?
Think so. It wasn't anyone I recognized.
Did they take anything that you saw?
We got here after they'd already given, so no. But
Any sign of? Can you describe Evie one more time? Just like
very disheveled, light brown hair, about the same size as Sawyer. Very torn up clothing.
about how old?
Early 20s.
Okay, yeah, all right. So I'll just describe Evie. Like, y'all seen a girl, early mid-20s, brown hair, a little disheveled, come through here. Maybe she was taken away by these raiders, gunners, whatever,
Oh, been here. But
mystery agents.
I wouldn't go too far into that train car. It's fucking creepy.
What guy?
There's just a guy. He's tied up. Raiders just left him.
Does he have robes on?
I think so. We took one look at him and shut the door and walked away.
If you took one look, then why are you saying he's creepy?
You go look at him and you'll see.
I'm already walking over.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm gone. I'm looking for this man.
Any of you with any sort of knack for perception at all would see a small set of footprints leading kind of hidden along the back of the train. They disappear at
I gotta look.
you all headed in.
Is that the same
Oh.
train car as the priest, or is
Yes,
or the presumed? Okay.
same one.
Yes.
I will actually stay at the latch where the entrance is down here, and just keep a watch. Because I assume they're not going to go too far. If it's just a single train car, they're probably going to go in,
Oh yeah,
down, and through so I can still be close without. Yeah,
abs.
perfect. So I'm
Beans
keeping
is
a watch on
staying
this
with
program.
Harbinger.
Beans
Good
best boy.
puppy.
Um,
Boy.
well, the train
Little scritches under the chin.
does lie on its side. The now floor of the train is littered with broken crates and ripped cargo straps, everything torn loose, thrown from the. There's a very thin, very gaunt man in long white robe sitting at the back of the. Through the haze of the still lingering smoke, It's a little hard to make out too many details, but he seems to be chained to the inside of the car. He doesn't seem overly concerned, however, because he is currently humming a song to him.
Do you recognize it?
Yuka and Sawyer would recognize this. There's a pendant that is hanging from his neck, adorned with a long triangle, thick circle inside of it, bisected by a vertical bar. Do you actually have a Geiger counter on you, Harbinger? Or any of you?
I would assume that we did, but if not,
I think they're expensive.
I'm sure they are. Not that I would mind much considering what I'm about, but this man's dripping with radiation. Bring it on.
It's noticeable enough that you get that tingly on your skin the closer you get to him.
ooh,
Go
the
out
air around this
there.
guy tastes like metal.
If you don't mind, had quite long enough hanging here.
What's your
What you
name?
hanging around for?
Not my choice.
I mean, I didn't suppose it was.
It
Yeah, I didn't
is.
really ask if it was your choice or not.
The brutes that decided to savage transport decided to chain me up and leave.
They not real friendly to Adam's children, or what? What'd you do
Apparently not.
to make him mad? I mean,
Nothing.
everybody else died, so since you're alive, it's a little. Just a question, is all.
You please free me.
Give us a reason to free you.
Follow the same cause. I am Brother Landon, acolyte of the last son of Adam. Or don't. Leave me here.
Uh,
There will be others.
there will be others. No, our job is to get the supplies and take it back to Diamond City. That's why we're here.
Then take your supplies. Be about your way. Either free me or leave me alone.
I'm gonna act like I'm looking around for something to free him while I keep talking to him, just so he'll keep talking to me. So what brings you here, brother?
Give me a charisma speech check. Difficulty 1.
Oh, great, because that's gone so well for me today, Hope.
You got it.
You got it. Spend some AP. Roll some extra dice.
Yeah, I'll spend one.
Got it. So roll 3
Because
dice.
I feel like something's up with this man. It's not gonna go well. Oh my God.
3
That's
successes.
gonna go very well. And a
I got a 1
critical.
and a 4. Look at me go.
You're
So
like this guy's
Dreams
best
do
friend.
come true.
you could gain 2 extra party AP, or you can immediately spend that to get more information up.
Mm.
Uh,
Can I do
real
1
quick,
and 1?
real quick. I have a perk Mother Wasteland where I can spend a luck point as if I'm doing the 3 AP. So, I mean, if I was doing the obtain information
Oh,
with the AP.
fantastic. Yes.
So I was gonna do that anyway. So if we want
Yeah.
the AP, save that and then
Yeah, sure. We'll take the
Yeah.
2 AP then, and we'll do that.
You could honestly spend all the AP for information if you want. There's a lot of information.
yeah, we could. Oh,
That's
oh,
fair.
man.
I mean, I'm a lore dump. I love a lore dump.
I
But,
love a lore
yeah.
dump, man. We'll keep the 2 AP that I earned, and we'll spend luck for
Okay.
the thing.
Yeah, because that's
Or we can
as if
split
we're
mine,
spending
whatever.
I spend 1 luck point to gain insight into the quest, situation, or scene, as if I've spent 3 AP to use obtain information 3 times. So,
3
Ooh.
times. Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, then keep
Never
all
mind.
of
We're
your
totally
AP.
keeping my AP. That goes in the bank.
Um, yeah, he would a little reluctantly start to tell you his story about how he'd heard the call of a prophet known as the last son of Adam on his radio. Decided to venture forth, looking to join this new church. His previous home, in the far north of the glowing sea, had grown stale. He joined the train for protection, clearly banking on their kindness. They took him in, but did not quite get as close to his destination as he had hoped. And so here he lay.
Well, where are you supposed to be headed to then?
I don't know. I know when I'll get there.
I understand that. Um, it's rude of me not to introduce myself. Uh, Sister Sawyer. I am
Sister?
was a yes, a missionary actually.
Pleasure.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance as well, brother. It's hard to find people out here like us. Nuka is with me as well. We met in the church. We were a part of a small group out of the Appalachian Mountains.
That nice for you.
Yeah.
If you don't
But
mind,
the travel's been nice too.
either free me, please, leave me to my solitude.
Why did they leave you?
You would have to ask them.
What were they
Everything
like?
all right down there?
Yeah, we're fine. Just found a fellow churchgoer is all.
All right, you let me know if you need me, all right?
Will do. Seems to be harmless though, just humming to himself.
Are you
The
going to
ones who
free the
left you.
man?
What role would lockpick and perception or
Wouldn't
He's like,
even
I
need
can
it.
lock that.
Just some
oh,
decent
okay.
force would break those.
I just bad feeling.
That uh since those of you that went in have been in there, you were noticing that that symbol at first it felt like it was giving off a little bit of a glow, but it could have just been the smoke and the haze. But now that you've been in here for a bit, it is clearly emitting a soft yellow glow.
I'll like pull Sawyer like to the side and just be like, is that normal for your church people?
Yes. He's just been blessed by Adam. That's all. It's a slight haze of radiation that stays with you. Many people that aren't blessed by Adam consider it a bad thing, but those of us that were chosen of a sort, it's almost a way to celebrate him, identify others. It could be looked at in a lot of ways, but we don't really shy away from it if that's what you're asking me.
I'm asking you if you think we should let him go.
That I don't really know. He's not from my group, and even if I do believe in everything that the church preaches, it doesn't mean everybody in the church is good. That's just sort of how the world works.
Mm.
But at the same time, I feel like it's my responsibility to not just let him rot here.
if he rots. And I'll turn and see if I can find something to loose the chains.
When Nuka turns around, Patience is already like in the process of pulling them apart.
Great.
Yeah, it really just a solid, like, blunt strike out to the right point, or just applying a little bit of pressure to the right spot, and the chains would absolutely snap. It
Baseball
goes
bat.
plummeting the like 2 feet to the ground, pulls himself up, brushing off the robes, which still perfectly pristinely white. Well, thank you. And we'll start to just,
Pleasure.
unless stopped, we'll climb out and just start walking away.
It was nice to meet you.
Have you seen Evie around?
Oh, hi there. Okay. As this guy just walks by me, I'll be like, all right. It's,
Does nothing. There's a moment where
I
he
always knew
stops and looks back at you, but then turns away and keep
that you Cult of Adam folk were different. But I didn't think that you were radio. Like I should have. I thought it was a rumor.
No, it's that one's pretty true. I can't say I've met anyone quite like him though, and all my years, even traveling from group to group to, you know, convene with others, I've never met anyone quite like that.
Do
yeah,
you
he had a
know if
real
you have
creepy
any like
vibe.
elders or something around that you might be able to go and talk to them and see if maybe this is, you know, I mean, like that guy. How is he staying clean? I don't get that.
No, it's a great question. If we were to find a group, I could maybe ask ask an elder, but obviously it might not be my group, although a lot of my group does travel. We'll see who we run into. I'll see what I can figure out. I don't know that I've ever seen anyone in robes like that, at least.
Yeah, especially not that pristine. It's like he's just
Yeah.
hoarding industrial grade Abraxo.
Yeah, it's pretty special whatever he's got. Especially that necklace. You don't see those from I mean, like I don't have one of those. At least I don't think so.
Not only is
I don't
that
think I ever
something
did.
that only a higher ranking member have, but it itself looked, it felt unique.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
My mother had one and her mother too, but they didn't look quite like that. They were a little different and they felt different too. I could feel the radiation on it and it wasn't the same.
In what way?
I don't know. Just it's I'm sure it sounds odd to people that aren't chosen or blessed or anything, but it's supposed to almost feel comforting, I guess. Like it's a feeling I felt every day for I don't know the first 18 years of my life, and that wasn't the same. It was different. It was something like the feeling of something that's pretending to be home that's not home.
that's the feeling why I left home. Left the cult originally, but yeah, no,
That's
I've
a
never.
feeling I think we all probably know all too well, especially some
Yeah.
of us.
So you're saying that Rads feels like a warm mother's hug, and
Never
not
heard
like
that
you
one
are being
before.
set on fire for your folk?
It's, for those of us that are blessed, I suppose, yeah. That's why I have those patches on my arms. They're just my mama used to call them love spots, but they're essentially what you get when you're around radiation a lot.
So cute. That's lovely for y'all to have it not be hurt and never because. But yeah,
I'm sure it can probably hurt me if I'm around it for too long, but
Yeah.
you know,
all I know is I
bits
feel
and
like I
pieces
need
here
to
and there.
peel my skin off after being around that man.
I'm glad I
I
didn't
don't
get
blame
too
you, but
close.
I honestly think that might just be his energy, his own vibe. He doesn't feel like home. He feels like when home is replaced with something that looks like it,
His vibe
like a
makes
trip.
Geiger counters tap dance.
Oh, yeah.
That's his vibe.
Well,
Which, hey, more power to y'all, I guess, like Patience was saying. But just, do you still harbor any feelings for the glow, you called it?
It's a little hard
No
to
judgment.
tell. No, no, I know. I guess I believe in a loving embrace, if that makes sense, but I don't necessarily think I need to stay in the church my whole life.
Young lady, if
But
you
I
ever want to talk about religious and trying to come within, I have lived it. I can help you. Different strokes for different folks, obviously, but yeah, I understand what you're going through, young lady.
I just want to make sure that you're healthy. That's all.
I appreciate it. Right now I don't have anything sustaining, I guess, for what it's worth. I enjoy being in the glow when it's the real thing, but he feels different and strange, and I don't like that.
Or I should probably rephrase and say that I've heard a couple of stories about your church, and I guess what I really want to make sure is that if you do embrace this glow, that you at least have some rat away. The one, the one person I talked to from the church years ago said, we're not magical. We still got to keep track and take care of the rats, but I just want to make sure you're doing that thing that the people do. Not absorbing
Oh,
too much.
I don't have any on me, I don't think, but that's okay. I can take a little bit and do something a little special with it.
Yeah. That's just a long-term conversation
Yeah.
that we should probably.
No.
It's cold out. We should probably get back on the trail.
Yeah, and figure out how to get all the supplies back.
Nuka, I'm so sorry. I feel like you were about to say something, and I just.
No, no, it's fine. Um, yeah, trains back on tracks. I'm gonna look around and see if there's like any possibility of restoration of this, because I imagine us just trying to haul a bunch of supplies would not be ideal.
I mean,
Is there like are both trains toppled over? Is there a train on the track that we could shift everything to, and then I could try to figure out how we might be able to operate?
there
Is
is
there
really no more track. It was the
okay,
track itself
all
was blown
destroyed?
up. At least a good
Okay.
chunk of it.
Gone.
Unless you can like weld metal down into new rails, like not
Mm-hmm.
really.
And is there so much stuff that we wouldn't be able to carry it, or is it
No, you
enough
can
that we
carry
could?
it.
Okay.
Um,
Heavy packs.
those of you that saw the footsteps, you would see
The
them
little ones.
basically poke into that train car, hop back out, and then start heading off in the direction.
Oh God.
Ooh,
Now, herein lies our conundrum. Do we abandon Evie to her fate and just get these supplies back to the people that need it? Or do we go and rescue Evie, or try to potentially get ourselves killed, and then potentially have hundreds of refugees starving in the streets?
Why
We
would she
have
go?
good old fashioned trolley problem.
With a literal trolley. Well, train.
Hmm.
Rescue one reckless girl, or 1,000 refugees.
I don't understand. Why would she go?
Revenge. Maybe she thought that they took somebody that she wanted. Like we don't know what really happened here before, so maybe they took something that she wanted that's precious to her. They didn't take the food, which is just weird.
Yeah, it is.
Uh, there's no way to know like how many people were originally on the train or anything before it got attacked, right?
You could go around and count the bodies.
Yes, but that's not necessarily how many people were on the
That's
train.
true.
That's
Would
just how
they have
many
told us
bodies
the
are
full
here.
party? Like, would they have told us the full party that was traveling with it originally?
Didn't
Mm-hmm.
Did not seem like pertinent info.
Yeah.
Oh, we could leave Sir Lance here while he's malfunctioning. People might think twice if they see a handy bot.
Yeah, I
And
could.
our friend Red is supposed to be on her way as well.
I could see if I could, you know, get Sir Lance in a place of just being alert enough to maybe. I mean, how far is? Can we see this place from here?
Uh,
This base?
couldn't see it, but mostly just because of the weather. Probably
Okay.
looking at maybe an hour or two.
Yeah. So maybe too far for like a warning or alert, or to be able to hear each other from said distance, though.
It's probably still closer to morning, right? If we could hear the explosion, maybe. But what time is it?
You're, you total travels for about 24 hours to 12-hour stretch, reaching about the time that there's set up camp. Risk pressing on.
Hmm.
Set up camp here using the overturned boxcar as part of the
You're
camp.
speaking my language.
Oh,
I'm gonna have Beans like sniff around where the dude was chained up to try to get this guy's smell. Like I know he walked
easily.
by, but
Good thinking.
okay, cool.
Also,
That way, just in case we need that to track him in the future.
there's plenty here to loot if you would do some scavenging,
Yes.
camp, resting.
Yeah. I was like scavenging. I think Nuka would begrudgingly bring up the point of, if any of you were wanting to go to this camp to save Evie, we might want to do that tonight, because I don't know if these people, seeing as they killed the rest of her crew, would keep her alive, but that's lower on my priority list.
My mic didn't even pick that up.
I don't know if I don't know if pressing on is the smartest thing. We don't know how long we're going to be in there, what we're going to encounter, or how cold it's going to get tonight. And we can keep some warmth in these train cars. Set out just over the hill tomorrow morning, first thing at dawn.
Long as you guys are okay with her possibly being dead.
I mean, she's
Well, it's no use
probably
if we go
already
in and then
dead.
we're dead too.
Yeah.
Patience has a point.
I mean, I'm still willing to go look just in case they've taken other people. Like if they're cannibals or something, then they would no. Hard stop. Um,
And then
I
we
don't
clear
know.
out a cannibal camp.
Two
Yeah.
birds.
Wait, there were bodies here, right?
Yes, they are still frozen to the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my guess would not be cannibals. That said, it would have been an intriguing theory for our priest in white.
Mm.
Anyway.
So we're setting up a campfire. Which tier of campfire?
Camp two.
Ooh.
Tier 2 is
We have a bunch. We can scavenge here
Yeah.
to
Oh.
get.
Yeah, I was about to say
absolutely.
definitely loot.
If you want to do some
Two.
scavenging first, we can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that first.
Maybe there'll be some rare or uncommon stuff, and we can get a higher level camp.
Yeah.
That would be lovely.
Some
Perception
defenses.
survival test for whoever would like to do some scavenging.
Sure.
Perception survival.
Ooh, wow.
Can I roll with an AP? We have 4 right now.
Yeah, sure. We can spend AP.
I mean,
Sweet.
we're doing pretty good so far. Patience just got a crit.
Nice.
So did soy. Oh,
Sweet.
Oh, does that cancel
complicated.
each other out?
It does not.
We just
They
get a
have-
lovely comp.
Can I use a luck point to re-roll a complication or no?
Absolutely, you can.
Oh,
Woo.
cool. Let's do that because I'd rather not sit with that right now. That sounds like a bad
Yeah.
time.
Hey,
Awesome.
look at
I got a
that.
6 instead.
Wow, look at that.
So
All
Sawyer
right.
with 3 successes, Yuka with a success, Patience with 3 successes. Harbinger didn't want to do any digging around in the muck. Refuge.
Yeah, I'll take a look. Survival
go.
perception.
What are the odds
we
you
can
roll
camp
double
and we
natural
can find stuff.
Okay, another
We're
success.
good at that.
We'll start from the bottom. Harbinger with 1 success. That's 4, 2, total of a 6. That is a machete,
Ooh.
bladed weapon. Probably left over from one of the raiders that just
Hmm.
either got disarmed or just dropped it.
I'm gonna start a pile, and I'll be like, machete. Anything we find that might be useful, let's drop it in the middle, see what we can use.
Sawyer with 3 successes. It's a 19 plus a 2, total of 21. Okay. That is 2 glass bottles, total of 4 common materials.
Sweet.
And your second one, 17 plus a 19, 36. That is a tire iron.
Cool.
I hope one of you is keeping track of this because I am not.
I
I
am.
am.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The echo.
Well, I mean, I'm keeping track of what you told me.
I'm
picked
keeping
out.
track
I
of
can keep
everything.
everybody's.
Yeah,
And then
same.
Sawyer, your last one, 3 plus a 6, total of a 9. That is that is 11 45 caliber rounds.
Okay. It's 1 or
What's that?
just 1?
11.
11.
Okay. Oh, 11.
Yeah,
Sweet.
bunch of ammo. All right, that brings us up to Nuka with a success for a 4 plus a 12 for 16. A hard hat.
Hey. I'd pass it. I'd pass it to Harbinger, even though you have a helmet.
Sharks.
Put a helmet on your helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, then you're just a shark in a hat, like, right?
Yeah.
Put a hat on a
Shark
hat.
has a hard hat.
And then Patience with 3 successes. 4, 13, total of 17. A set of military fatigues. 7 plus 8, total of 15. A pool cue. Last one, 6 plus a natural 20 is a bag of potato crisps.
Mm.
Truly a rare commodity.
Mhm.
But assuming that you're willing to dip into the supplies that you just found, all have enough food and water, medical supplies, whatever you want to use for that to, if anyone's even injured. I don't think you are. Now, I assume we want a tier 2 campfire. That will
Yeah.
cost you 3 common materials. Whoever's tracking them.
So
That's fine.
we have, so this would be 6 spent, so we have 4 left. But now we have the extra 4 that we just found, so.
Total, you should have 8 left.
Yes.
And I
Yeah, I
need
got all those.
intellect rolls from everyone that wants to help build the campfire,
Yeah.
plus whatever skill you feel is appropriate.
Survival.
I'll just do the heavy lifting again.
Yeah. There's 1 success.
That one.
Need
I'm
one
gonna
more.
try sneak this time.
You're good.
Oh no, the complication.
I will reroll
Oh,
with a luck
okay.
point.
Okay.
You get double natural
You
20.
said
Nice cut.
intelligence based.
Wow.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, that turned into a reverse crit.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Oh
Yeah.
no, I have my 2 flip to an 18. Oh.
You beat it
Bugger.
many checks ago. You all are fine.
5, 6,
So same
7.
thing.
Yeah, we got seven between us. So
You already have a decent shelter, which means you don't need to spend any points on that. So you can have the campfire for 1, the shelter for free, cooking station for 2, and if you want to spend 3 AP, you could have comfortable bedding, get some well rested.
We should go for broke. Let's get that well rested
Yeah,
before
we
headed
might.
into a raider
yeah.
base.
I mean, we
might
just
need
got
it.
5 successes over what we needed. Do all those go to RAP?
They don't
Or is this
because
different because it was a group
it
check?
was a group check, not individual.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair.
I mean,
Either
we
way,
might as
I
well.
still say we go for it.
Yeah. Good nothing beats a good night's sleep. Oh, also, oops, sorry, I forgot to ask earlier. Harbinger would have, but Erin is very forgetful. Is the ammunition exchange in Diamond City 2 for 1 for 556?
Andrew will have to get back to you on
I would
Um,
definitely would have bought some more ammo.
I'll get back to you. Remind me.
Yeah.
I need someone to roll a
Or head
d20,
up a
please.
railroad cache.
Whoever wants a d20. Just a simple d20. Nothing nefarious about it.
Sure.
Very innocent. 13.
13.
Lucky 13.
As you
That's a nice medium number.
oh,
Yeah.
middle of the road. I'm sure nothing
It's not my
wrong.
explosion that I triggered last night, so good job.
Yeah.
As the sun has set, the wind has picked up. It is howling against the train, hitting every nook and cranny and crevice, and it creates this very eerie cacophony throughout the night. But as you're sitting there, enjoying your heated up rations, heated up jerky, maybe some soup if you're feeling spicy,
Hot
you'd hear
toddies.
a very odd sounding like something heavy hitting the snow. Then again, footsteps, but very large footsteps.
Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
No.
Military base.
You
Gotta
have
go
food
look.
in there. Would like food.
Oh.
Are you a friend-shaped friend?
You want to poke your head up?
Talking about eating us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They eat people.
There's a super mutant out there.
God damn it.
Lucky number 13.
Yay!
Oh, we're fucked.
He could be a nice young man who
Yeah.
just is a little
Yeah.
bit hungry.
Mhm, mhm.
Make sure to keep beans in the very back away from the door.
Want meat?
We've got meat, right?
I got bighorn or jerky. Little bit left
Yes.
over. Some soup.
You hear the footsteps get closer. very slow. This looks like a fairly gaunt, definitely almost at the point of start. There's the sound of creaking metal, and you'd all feel the train car tilt a little as like steps up onto the side and like peers down. Meat.
Yeah.
Are you just
Yeah.
Gonna
handing
chunk
over?
some at him.
Yep.
Not gonna like put like so he can with his giant hand like rip my entire arm up and eat it, but I'll chunk him some food.
He'd gladly just like let go of the car. All of you just rock back into place, and you would hear him just plop to the ground, back against the train car, and just start eating.
If you're wondering what that tang is, it's a little bit of nuka root.
There's a sound that can only be described as a mixture between an approving grunt and a burp.
Mm,
He sounds just like one of my grandsons.
okay. How close to morning are we like rested, or was this like middle of
This is
rest, or
earlier in the night.
okay?
Give them a little extra for the road.
Are we staying, or are we expecting the friend to leave?
Young man, after you finish your meal, are you going to continue on your way? Are you headed somewhere in particular?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're a good boy. Patience is gonna throw like give him the last of her meal and everything. He's just a growing boy. They just need more food than people.
Where are you going? If I can ask.
You know,
Juno or Dunno?
you know,
Okay.
Are you lost?
no.
Now I feel bad.
Oh,
Where-
have you? Why are you alone? Let us hear your whole story.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
He just seems
Wait.
to be a very private person, but that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong
Some
with it.
people just don't like to share.
wait, no. You said you are not alone?
You know.
Okay.
Well, you're a very good boy. You're being a very nice young man. Your parents should be proud.
Finish eating and go to stand up. But yeah, just the weight of him pressing against the car kind of tilted it, and now it just rolls back into place. And you hear footsteps start walking away.
Oh, well, that wasn't so bad. He just needed a meal.
He's
Make
just
sure
like
we
my
keep-
grandson Thomas. Thomas always gets a
watch.
little bit grumpy and shuts down, doesn't want to talk. When he gets all hungry, oh, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Out of
Interesting.
that's an average of attack from
Yeah,
Dead.
yeah.
I would have been
Yeah.
dead in a hit and a half.
No, thanks. It wouldn't have killed me, but it would have been bad.
Yeah.
one and done.
But no.
Wow.
Depending on what part of the body he hit me on.
In the head, because that's
It
what
could have been
happened.
worse than
Math.
it is. Yeah, because apparently that's what happens. I'd
Uh,
have 4 health left.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Yeah. I'd
But
have
yeah.
4 whole health left. Apparently that's plenty according to Hoop. It's fine.
Well, never hurts to be too cautious. But
Rest of the
Mm.
night. None of it.
well played.
I think in the nighttime I would take out that manuscript again and start to get sketching Brother Landon, um, just to have a face on the page.
Morning
At
comes.
some point,
Go ahead, please.
sorry, at some point overnight, Patience is gonna like sneak like the last crumbs of the chip bag, or no, he likes meat. Yeah, find some meat, like go hack up somebody's dead body, maybe because it's a super mutant, right?
Absolutely.
And like put some steaks out just in case the boy comes back and is hungry.
You can't feed them because then they'll just keep coming back.
But then you can use them to work on the farm.
We have a stray super mutant
Yeah.
that we should just become
Like a
our
super
own, apparently.
Everything's so boring. Want to do more
Oh, no.
fighting.
Harbinger and the super mutant would get along great.
Yeah.
True. Well,
She's a little jumpy, but yeah, he's just a little guy. He ended up just
Just
being
a
a little
little
guy who
guy.
could kill us with one hand, but
Yeah.
come morning, you can all recover any HP you were missing. Plus, you can add on the status page under conditions rested.
hey.
Yay.
Woo. Well rested.
And
Yeah.
considering that Overseer knows what is waiting for you, that military bunker, perhaps when we have a full squadron,
Mm.
we march out, attempt to get down. Until then, we put a pin in today's game of Fallout Winter of Adam. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for being an amazing cast. To everyone that came out to support us, we love you all so very much. There. Yeah, I have been so looking forward to this game. This book is wild. I'm so excited to delve into it. But I'll have to wait till next time. So, before we sign off, I do want to go around later and tell you who they are and where you can find them on the internet. We don't have a Chrissy or a Doc at the moment because gremlins do be gremlining. Means that we're going to start with Caitlin.
Hey everybody, I'm Caitlin Ketty. I played Nuka Watts tonight. You can find me at Kenny, Kenney Plays on pretty much anywhere. I'm a writer of games, screen audio, and plays, and I also do some teaching, and I also do some running of games. So yeah, you can find me here, and soon in another little mini actual play on a different channel. Don't know if announcement things are happening yet, but I will say I may or may not have picked a certain saber of light color. Anyway, more news.
Ooh.
That's me. Thank you.
Heck yeah.
That's
And
really exciting.
then over to Aaron.
Yeah, I can't top that. That's some hype. Hi, I'm SER Aaron Spencer, and I am the owner, creative director over at ESB Enchanting Sorcery Productions. We're queer, we're witchy. We're trying to wrap up some D&D campaigns. We've got 4 of them. We're trying to wind down on some of those. One of which is the newest one, which is one that I'm very excited about, is our Phandelver and Below campaign, where we take Phandelver and Below and we turn that on its head. We add some elements of Darkhold Secrets of the Zentarum. We add some elements from MCDM Kingdoms in Warfare. It's a story that is also melding some elements with Baldur's Gate 3. So we're layering everything on top of each other, and at the end of the day, this is sort of like the reboot of a campaign that we did off stream for about 2.5 years, which started as Last Men of Phandelver and culminated in overthrowing theocratic fascism, which is exactly what we're doing. So we're bashing the fash again. Let's go. It's Zentarum Syndicate, queer coded. You're gonna love it. The characters are badasses, and it's super gay. It's a lot of fun. Join us on Wednesday at 9 p.m. and also an incredible, amazing cast. So we'll see you over there on ESP on Wednesday for Fan Delver in Below. They are currently about to confront Venom Fang, who happens to have a strange tattoo on the back of his tongue that looks a lot like the symbol of the Absolute from Baldur's Gate 3. Just saying, you should turn in. That's all I got.
Sick.
And that brings us over to Mallory.
Hi, I'm Mallory Mize, and right here I play Sawyer Drake, who is a child of Adam missionary who's very confused about the man that we've just run into. Other than that, if you can find me here every other week for this game, but you can also find me every other week tomorrow, or every other Tuesday, but tomorrow we play Nephilim Tenebris, which is a Rust Hulls game where we're in space and I play Luna. She's a criminal. We faked their death for unknown reasons. We still haven't quite figured out why we had to do that, but now they go by Indy out in public, so that's fun. On Wednesday, you can catch me running the finale of You're Invited, which is a Call of Cthulhu game over on Rediscovery RPG, which is a channel that I own and operate. That is the big old fun finale. They have one more game to get through, and if they can survive this game, they survive the whole night. But they did take 12 points of sanity damage right before we ended our last episode, so we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, it was rough. It was a bad time. They witnessed like a whole thing of a god being resurrected in the body of a body they had to find in a scavenger hunt. It was great.
That'll do it.
It was really good. Super
good.
fun. When I'm not doing any of those things, next month for Rediscovery RPG, we're running a whole month of charity games, all for PCRF. So if you watch anything on Rediscovery in the month of September, all of the money that is donated goes to charity. So we're doing Call of Cthulhu, Kids On, The Last Masquerade, we're doing Viva La Queer Bar. There's a whole slate of games, some guest GMs. It's going to be a ton of fun. So please feel free to come on over there. And then I think the last thing that I do, besides design games, but I don't have any new games out right now, but they're on itch if you want to go see them. I'm also the external producer for Unbalanced Encounters, and we're in the middle of premiering Arc 5 at the moment. So if you want a new podcast to listen to, it is a wonderful actual play with an awesome cast that could not be more talented. I am very lucky to work with them, and I think that's all that I do.
That's all.
You can
Just all
find me
those
at
things.
Moxie Blue. Yeah, it's just those things. Really, I keep my schedule pretty light, honestly. It's not a ton on my part, but if you lost track of any of that like I do on a daily basis, you can find me at Moxie Blue all over the internet, MOXXIEBLUE, and I try to keep things as up to date as possible there.
Heck.
It takes the wind out of me to do that.
Certainly no one here would just way overbook themselves. So many cool projects and so many cool shows, and no one here feels called out by that at all.
No. Certainly not.
Nobody whatsoever.
We're all so innocent of that, let me tell you. We are all so good about our self-care and the consciousness of like our own time.
Hey, we are
that
tier
would
2
never.
campers here, everybody.
We are
Tier 2 campers.
Hey,
Over to
that's
Baba
right.
We
Yaga.
added a cooking station and everything.
I am Baba Yaga. I have been playing Patience Hawkins, follower of the Winged One, and Granny with a Gun. You can find me this Thursday is the season finale of my Dragon Age murder mystery game. The party is currently in the Fade, physically in the Fade, about to fight demons. So that's going to go well. I'm positive. And then I'm going to be next month. Wait, no, it's still August. In October, I'm going to be GMing as part of the Rose Court Project. Which is going to be a big old charity Thirsty Sword Lesbians benefit for PCRF. And then on the first Sundays of every month, you can catch me on Lost Haven doing Warhammer 40K and being a Sister of Silence. So,
Fantastic.
and you can find me
fashion.
online. Yeah. Baba Yaga Quest on the Twitters.
Heck yeah.
Also, the Dragon Age finale is also on ESP, so make sure you.
Oh yes!
Baba
Oh my
Yaga.
gosh! I forgot to mention that it is on ESP, which is my home away from home.
Heck yeah.
And it's an incredible game. It's an incredible series.
I can only imagine.
Baba Yaga crushes it.
That just leaves me. I have been our overseer, benevolent as I am. Tonight's game. No one died, so I feel my kindness knows no bounds. I make no promises.
You truly
next
are a
session.
merciful god.
This is the first time we haven't had to plead for our lives above game.
It really
Or,
is.
sorry, this is the first time that we haven't
And-
had to.
Tender overseer.
But Jeff, if you like my face, if you like my voice, if you like all the stuff that I do, I'm always here in the Lost Caravan most of the time. I'm running like 5 different campaigns here right now because for me, campaigns are so much less work than one-shots. I know many people find that backwards, but how my ADHD brain, it loves campaigns. I don't know what to tell you.
And we love that you love campaigns too.
We do.
There may or may not be a Pathfinder campaign here-ish. But that's all we got. Go right over to our friends at High Shelf Collective, who are currently playing some Fabula Ultima TTJRPG, which we just finished a campaign of. It's a fantastic game. Go check it out if you love JRPG. But that's it. That's all we got. As always, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Happy Monday, y'all. See y'all later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.